It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. The San Juan Broncos suffered a tough loss in Manti last week. Tonight, they're back home for the first time in over a month, looking to bounce back against a local rival. It's homecoming in Blanding, with the San Juan Broncos hosting the Grand County Red Devils. Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live to San Juan High School in Blanding for homecoming tonight, with the Grand County Red Devils visiting the San Juan Broncos. A battle between local rivals in the Red Rock 92 listening area and the StreamUtah.Live streaming area. It is Rhett Sifford alongside Art Adair welcoming you in again tonight. And Art, this is going to be a battle between the number two now because they lost to Manti, one of the better teams in the 3A ranks, San Juan Broncos, and the number 10 Grand County Red Devils, who have struggled all season long here tonight.
Yeah, going to be unfortunate for the Grand County Red Devils. They're going up against a team that's very motivated this week after a tough loss last week, and you never want to be the team that has to go up against a team that has a drag-it-out battle of a game and comes up on the losing end. Man, they want some retribution the next week.
Yeah, and if you look at this series, San Juan leads 49 wins to 31, going all the way back to 1956. This is a long, storied rivalry, and the Broncos have dominated of late. They've won 6 in a row, 10 in the last 12, and 18 of the last 21 meetings between these teams. So it has been all San Juan all the time. Grand County has very few seniors on this team. They have a little bit of low participation this year, and they've had some struggles. They've even lost some bodies, some key bodies here in the last couple weeks, and so it continues to increase as far as the challenge goes for this team. And you look at them coming in 0-7 on the year, but I like the attitude that they have. They're coached by Keith Hill in his first season, 2-year assistant for these Red Devils, and took over for a very storied program and Coach Wells, Art.
Yeah, the last couple of decades, Grand has been hit or miss, more miss than hit, but they have been, over the past, when I grew up, when I was coaching, a very tough program, and Coach Hill's trying to get back to that, and it's hard when you come into a program that's struggling. It's hard to get the summertime program. I spent a good deal down there talking to him. I know him very well. And, he just kept going over again about they've got to get into the kind of the little things that San Juan does really good in the summer, the lifting, the practicing, the camps, and those things. And that's got to be a whole buy-in from your community. You've got to have parents. You've got to have school. You've got to have the kids, coaching staffs. You've got to have that buy-in, and that's what he's trying to build. He's a great, great guy, and I just give kudos to this team for they are down, Rhett. A lot of players tonight. Through illness, I've heard, through kids
touching bats, apparently getting rabies, getting tested for rabies.
And then when you have teams that struggle, it's hard to keep kids out. And kudos to every one of those kids that's on that field right now, because they are showing the determination and grit that's going to get them further in life than just giving up.
Yeah, I agree. Just to show up week in and week out takes fortitude, and it's good to see. It's a small crowd there, but you like to think that maybe if this program can gain a little momentum, that they'll have more kids coming out. It's sad that sometimes that's what it takes, but right now they're in the era where they've got to put in some hard work. And we did get a chance to talk with Coach Hill just a little bit ago, and just want to hear what he has to say as we get set to go here tonight for the Grand County Red Devils against the San Juan Broncos. Coach, thanks for chatting with us before this game, a rivalry game for you guys. I know it's been challenging for you. Personnel even continues to change up until today, so it's kind of been a challenging season for sure. Tell me about this team, though.
Well, we have a lot of underclassmen. We've got 2 seniors and 4 juniors suiting up tonight, so a lot of underclassmen. As you mentioned, it's been a challenging year with participation, coming right out of the gate with a coaching change, not an uncommon thing. We've had a number of key injuries, and so, but these kids love to play football. We've had guys fight through compound fractures and back fractures to come back and play. So they love each other. They love the sport and the opportunity to come out here and compete. So that's what we'll do.
I think people don't realize, when you start with a new coach, it takes, at least 4 years, I would say, maybe to get something established. And so you got to have some patience, you got to have some hard work, and that's part of the deal.
Well, hopefully it doesn't take that long. We'll climb any rung on the ladder we can as soon as we can. But yeah, the reality is when you have new systems on both sides of the ball, everything down to the terminology is different. And, on top of that, when you have a young team that is inexperienced, even our upperclassmen, all but one of them are starting for the first time this year. So it's a progression. And, these underclassmen, the bright side, and you always look for the silver lining, is that they've got a lot of quality varsity reps under the Friday night lights. And so next year, after they go through a full off-season program with us and get stronger, when they come out here, it's not going to be as intimidating as it might have otherwise been. So there's a lot of positives, underlying positives that have taken place this year that we're really encouraged about. The culture of our team is good in spite of our numbers. So we're thankful for a lot of things.
Cool. You kind of allude to it. You talk about that silver lining. What have been the things that have been the most encouraging to you, or the things that you've liked the most, the strengths of this team so far this year?
Again, I think the strength of our underclassmen, and we've had a number of guys, including freshmen, that have come into the program first year, again, new systems and everything, and they flashed. We haven't been able to stack enough of those good plays together to be competitive on the field, but you see those moments, and you can really see that, with physical development and continuing to get more knowledgeable on what we're trying to do and accomplish. And, next year we'll be able to fold in some new wrinkles that might have been too much this year, too soon. So you can see it coming together, and like I said, we're all out here to have fun and enjoy beautiful sport and competition. It's a special time in these guys' lives. So for them to go through the year that they have and still be here and excited to play, even when they know the odds are stacked against them, that says a lot about them and their resiliency and toughness. And, for those guys, it only gets easier from here.
Yeah. You talk about that off-season program. I heard you say off-season program.
Yes.
When you have that, it's the stuff that you have to do behind the scenes that's no fun that really builds a football team. And so that sounds like fun. I know it's tough this year, but that sounds like fun. When you can do that and have a whole year behind you next year, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, no question. When you're a first-time coach, there's a lot of things that you really want to put your fingerprints on. I think that any good coach has to really stand behind what they believe in. And so, we're not changing things here just to change them, but, we had a long-standing brand and tradition here under Coach Wells, and he had some incredible accomplishments. So he has big shoes to fill. But we're not intimidated by that. And like I said, we understand it's a process, and, the ability, not having a coaching change in the middle of the off season, I think will really benefit us. We're going to fight to the finish on this thing and give it everything we have. But, as soon as the season ends, we have a pretty good plan put together on how to get these guys faster and stronger and, keep them engaged with football, even throughout the course of the winter, even guys that play multiple sports and things like that. We have built a foundation to really keep them engaged and thinking about the next year and working up to that and having some confidence knowing that they put in the work next season.
This is a long-standing rivalry, obviously, a tough team tonight for you guys, a challenge again. And have you felt maybe a little bit different hunger this week, a different excitement on the bus ride over?
Yeah, of course. You want to play the best players that you can and, see how far you've come, especially these underclassmen. It may not have shown up on the scoreboard week to week, but every week there's something that we do a little bit better. Fortunately, unfortunately, we've have some tough teams in the back end of our schedule. So even as these guys progress and come out here against a quality program like this, it's been good for so long. It may not show up on the scoreboard, but, coaches and players behind the scenes, when we sit down for film study, we're sure to celebrate, the victories, the small victories that we have, and point out the things that they're finally listening to and, putting forth effort to execute the way we've asked them to on the field. So we'll be patient with them, and I think they understand where we're at in the process as a program, and I think they're committed to it for the long haul.
Coach, we appreciate you chatting with us. Have fun tonight, man. That's what football's all about after all. Have a good one, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Red Devil Pride.
And we appreciate Coach Hill's attitude, and he's fun to talk to in his first season, and obviously a big challenge for him, and it's tough. Art, you've been a coach, and you've had times when it's been tough, and I don't know what it's like to face members of the community when that's going on. I think sometimes it's tough for people to be patient and to understand what it takes to build a program, again, kind of from the ground up, and especially a program that's been successful in the past at times. And so it's good to hear the attitude to me. I'm not. We're going to take a look at some of these kids' stats coming in tonight, and according to Max Preps, they've got one rushing touchdown, but I'm not sure who it was. They don't have it listed by player, and I'm not 100% sure who we're going to see at quarterback tonight as well. I know they've had a quarterback who has left the team. I don't know if that was Jax Windsor, the junior. Jax Windsor is their second leading passer, though, so I'm not sure. But Justin Kimmerly is a freshman. I've heard there's a freshman playing tonight, so I'm not exactly sure who we're going to see. But Kimmerly coming in has 159 yards, so we think that's going to be the guy.
That's the guy warming up right now at the starting offense.
Okay, so he's there. So my guess is it's going to be Justin Kimmerly. He's got 159 yards on the year, 28 of 61 in the passing attempts, so he's at about 46% on the year. He's got one touchdown, 4 interceptions.
Blanding ties.
His
Dad's
there you
a
go.
graduate of San Juan High School. His grandpa lives here. He's got family still here in the area, so he's from San Juan bloodline.
So this is the stuff that you offer. So that's back-to-back weeks we've had connections to Blanding here. We had a member of the Manti coaching staff last week who was part of this program at one point and part of this community. So, all right, so I'm guessing that's going to be the QB we're thinking here. As far as the running game goes, Cooper Swayze, the sophomore, leads the team with 186 yards on 64 carries, averaging about 31 yards per game. Again, they don't have a rushing touchdown listed, so I'm not sure what's up. The other quarterback, the junior, Windsor, was listed as the second leading runner at 52 yards, but I'm fairly certain that's going to be the guy who's not on the team anymore.
No, he is.
Or he is on the team.
He's
okay.
just sick this week.
Gotcha. So is he the Batman?
Yeah, the kid
he's the Batman.
The quarterback
right.
that had him the first few games is no longer on the roster.
Is not on the roster. There you go. So that may be the rushing touchdown might be missing. I don't know. Beto Carroll, a sophomore. You'll notice we're not calling out a lot of seniors' names on this team. They don't have a lot of seniors. Carroll is the sophomore. He's the leading receiver for this team. He's got 232 yards on 25 catches, 1 touchdown on the season. Van Lamont is the one senior we can mention here. He's got 177 yards on 24 catches. And Cooper Swayze, who we talked about in the running game there, has 42 yards on 10 catches. Edgar Hernandez is a junior. He's got 28 yards on 4 catches. And so that's some of the stats offensively for this Grand County team. Leading tackler is Everett Hill, a junior. He has 45 stops on the year. Cooper Swayze has 31. Jax Windsor, 26, but he's not here tonight or not going to play tonight. Van Lamont, 19 stops, and Davin Hickman, a freshman, has 16. Cooper Swayze leads in tackles for losses at 5 on the season, and he's also got 3 sacks on the year, so that's part of that. I don't see an interception for this team, according to Max Preps this year, but they do have 4 fumble recoveries. Davin Hickman, Beto Carroll, Cooper Swayze, and Everett Hill, all with 1 apiece. And so it's a team that has turned the ball over more than has taken the ball away. And so they'll battle against the San Juan Broncos tonight. That's a quick look at the Grand County Red Devils as they get ready to face off against the San Juan Broncos here tonight for homecoming. It is Friday Night Lights pregame show right now, coming to you live from Blanding, San Juan High School. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair with you. Since it's homecoming, there's going to be a lot of extra festivities tonight. I'm not exactly sure about the timing, but I think there's going to be some stuff going on at halftime. Might even be some stuff going on pregame here tonight, but we'll keep you updated, and we'll obviously take a break here real quick, and when we come back, we'll talk about the hometown San Juan Broncos. So stay with us as the team gets set to come out on the field. You'll see that while we step aside for a break. It is Friday Night Lights pregame show tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 43567838869 or visit PrecisionRehabUtah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding as we continue the Friday Night Lights pregame show tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as the national anthem in the books tonight. We're going to switch gears on the pregame show and talk about the San Juan Broncos now. And Barkley Christensen, the head coach in his 9th season, last week was going for his 80th win against Manti. Obviously, it was not to be, so he will be going for his 80th win again here tonight. We talked with Coach Christensen just a minute ago before this pregame began, and here's what he has to say as his team gets set to host Grand County here tonight.
Coach, beautiful night for football here. I know you're a huge fan of homecoming.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it was fun. The kids have a good time, and you know, realistically, we've played really well on homecoming. So
That's true.
I actually don't mind it.
Yeah, it's turned out pretty well for you guys the last few years.
Yeah. No, they get fired up. They have a good time. They don't really, you know, I think they bring that energy and they feed off what the community does. And so, yeah, I mean, our homecomings, we've really never really had too close of a game during homecoming.
We didn't get a chance to talk with you after the game last week. Knockdown, drag out, exactly what we expected between a couple of really good programs. Very similar teams last week. I just kind of wanted to ask you, you know, sometimes you can beat yourselves. Sometimes you get beaten by a team that executes better or that plays better. How did you feel after that loss last week? Did you feel like it was a good loss or a bad loss for you guys?
That's a good question, man. That's a question I wish more people would ask, because it's always – you lost the game, right? We did play a really good football team, right? Manti's, you know, and what most people don't know is they were missing 7 of those kids against Richfield. Mm-hmm. So they were missing 7 against Richfield. They brought 4 of those kids back, and so they did have 4. That's a dang good football team. That's a question I'm still trying to answer on did we beat ourselves or did they beat us? I think we definitely had our opportunities, but when you play a team of that caliber, you have barely any room for error. And you look back at a lot of our losses over the last 5 years, and we lose to teams like that where we had opportunities, which I'm grateful that we're in these games, right? We're not just getting blown out, but yeah, we had opportunities to win. It's kind of a tough dynamic because there's spots where we have young sophomores playing, and those things are going to happen with young sophomores. We challenged our seniors. We've got to step up a little bit more in those situations because I felt like, and the matchup was different. They had a really good defensive line and linebacking core that kind of held us in check, and we've got to be able to do more. So to answer that question, a little bit of both. We lost to a dang good football team, but we definitely had our opportunities.
Well, for the rest of the year, you're not going to necessarily face that caliber. That was a good prep game for the last half of the season. What do you do tonight? What things have you looked at practice-wise this week, and what do you want to accomplish on this field here tonight?
Yeah, we really focused on the mistakes from last game because, if you think about it, you go back and look at even when we played the Summit Academy, the South Summits, two teams I think we're going to see, down the road, playoff-wise. We were up 16-8 against Summit Academy. And then we blew it open in the second half, but it was a close game. South Summit, I don't want to say we peaked, but we played a flawless game, and that's not going to happen every single time that we step out. We hope it does, right? That's what we strive for, but we just got to get better at the little things, and a lot of the little things is just effort, energy. You can get away with less effort, less passion, less energy against some lesser teams, so it doesn't matter. We're going to watch the film and call guys out if they're not giving 100% effort every single play tonight.
All right, Coach, we do appreciate it, man. It is homecoming. Have some fun out there. Have a good game, sir.
All right, man. Thank you.
And we appreciate Coach Christensen for chatting with us. As you might be able to see, for those of you watching on StreamUtah.Live, we are getting ready to get underway here tonight. It's going to be a kickoff for Grand County. San Juan going to be getting the ball to start. And we were just talking off mic about deferring the coin toss when you win it or deferring your choice to the second half, and it gets a little crazy. There is always the opportunity that you could make a mistake and have to kick off both times, both to start the first half and the second half, and that's something I learned last night at the age of 49. I've always thought, I think, Art, it's because maybe of Madden football. That was never the case. You never got another choice, and so that's probably screwed up an entire generation of people.
There have been coaches that have had to kick off both halves because they screwed that up.
So San Juan didn't screw it up here. They got the ball like they wanted to start the game, and they're going to throw on first down. And Yeomans connects with Brig Palmer to start it off, and that'll go for a quick 10 yards.
Nice little first of the game play there to get Yeomans in a rhythm. Fellow sophomore Brig Palmer out there. Now they go up the middle with Jagger Neves.
And he's going to bust free, and he's going to go the distance unless there are flags. And there are not. This one's going to go for 65 yards as Neves goes right up the middle on the second play of the game. And the Broncos hit pay dirt, scoring from 65 yards out at 6-0, only 32 seconds into the game. And I can tell they're going to keep my fingers busy getting my stats computed here tonight, Art, so I might have to have you do a lot of talking.
San Juan goes for two, and it's a quick pass to the corner of the end zone for none other than Mr. Cole Duke.
There you go. And so just like that, the Broncos strike pay dirt and are ahead 8-0 as they go to that two-point conversion. It's not trying to run it up. They haven't found a lot of success in the kicking game this season, so they've had to go basically strictly to a two-point conversion method, and it has paid dividends. They've obviously connected on it pretty efficiently.
And we found out with that Ball State math that when you run enough of those two-pointers, that adds up to touchdown points.
You start getting confused. You're like, where'd the other touchdown come from? That's what happens.
Yeah, it's definitely not trying to run the score up. They understand the assignment tonight. Everyone knows the limitations that this Grand County team's in. Bunch of young kids out there. San Juan's going to go out, oil up the machine, and then I look to see them start subbing in a lot of these younger guys, giving them some time tonight at homecoming.
Yeah, and that is the 23rd touchdown run for Jagger Neves, by the way, on the season. So He has, and that is somewhere in the tops among players across the nation. I'm not 100% sure where it stands now. There was a big hit at the 30 on the kick return for Grand County, and the Red Devils will start at their own 30. That was impressive for that young man to hang on to the football right there.
Yeah, Hickman, I believe, was the returner, and yeah, he did get a big hit there as San Juan came down with a full head of steam.
Yeah, he got wrapped up.
I want to say it was number 33, Max, having a brain fart now. Stearns.
Yep.
But I'm not. There was 2 or 3 of them in there, and so we'll come out and see what Grand County can come out. Grand County's got some good kids, and you hope that they have a good game, and not that you want them to win or nothing if you're San Juan, but man, you sure would like these kids to find some success on the football field.
And it is in fact Justin Kimmerly, the freshman, working from the shotgun, and the snap is low. He cannot fall on it, and the Broncos are going to recover on the takeaway.
We just talked about him, Max Stearns.
There you go.
I remembered his last name that time.
There he got his first. He got his first. Was it an interception last week or a fumble recovery? He's going to add to his defense right here. That's his second fumble recovery. That's what it was. Was a fumble recovery last week, so he gets his second of the season. And man, Grand County doesn't get any stats at all as the ball was not snapped cleanly to the quarterback, and the Broncos have the ball in the Red Devil red zone, and Yeomans throws to the end zone, and defense knocked it away down there for Grand County. It is incomplete.
Yeah, it was a good pass and almost caught, but Beto Carroll gets up there and able to knock it down from Tripp. And Tripp has the size advantage on him, but the ball just a little low, but a good pass. And he had it in his hands. Beto just perfect timing, moving his hands up and down and able to knock it out of there. But going back to that snap, yeah, just you got to feel like there's a lot of nerves going on with that Grand County line. They get up here against. I mean, you put me against. I'm a big guy. You put me against Cash Palmer, and I'm gonna be shivering in my boots too. Or Remy Watcott, who was at that time out there on the defense.
Yeah.
But no matter who it is, man, looks like Remy.
And we got another look at that for those of you watching on StreamUtah.Live. Another look at that bad snap for Grand County that gave San Juan the ball. 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos. Yep. And they spread the field here. Jagger Neves will get the handoff, though, right up the middle as they spread the Grand County D, and he's going to go to the end zone, and he goes in for the touchdown. Wasn't sure that he made it all the way in, but Neves does make it all the way in. It's a 25-yard touchdown run for the senior, and obviously the Broncos off and running here in this one, up now 14-0, not even a minute in.
Yeah, and when you struggle as a football team, it almost seems like it steamrolls for you. Nothing goes right. So we'd like to see Grand County come out here and at least possess that ball, run some. Oh, and San Juan fumbles on the 2-point conversion.
So that has not been the way it's been for them this year, but it is this time.
Looks like it was a little miscommunication on the handoff there between the Yeomans, the quarterback, and Jagger, and one wanted to give, one didn't want to take, and ball hits the ground.
So Neves, Art, has 2 touches tonight, 90 yards on his 2 carries and 2 touchdowns. Not too shabby on the start for the senior tonight.
Yeah, and that's what those 2 points also do for you, Rhett. They give you a football score up there when you don't convert the next
14-0 looks very normal. So 11:06 still remaining here in this first quarter. Obviously, tough season for Grand County. This is a matchup between local rivals, but Grand has not been super competitive on the football field this season in a first year under a new head coach, and with a lot of underclassmen playing and a lot of guys who starting for the first time this year, even if they are seniors, according to Coach Hill. So Grand County up against it tonight, and now fumbling the kick is the returner, Davin Hickman, and was unable to advance it after it fell to the turf. He just jumped on it, so it'll be tough starting position here for the Red Devils at their own 15.
But I like what Coach Hill said in his pregame interview. You've got to you got to start from somewhere.
Right.
And he's absolutely correct. You've got a lot of young kids out here getting varsity light experience, Friday night time on the field. And although they're kind of taking their lumps this year and they're haven't won a game, they find it hard to score. That's going to translate if they can continue to work together and build a program. That's going to pay dividends in the future. It's unfortunate it doesn't do it now, but in the future, you're going to see some good things out of this Grand County Red Devil team if they keep it up.
That's right. Yeah, it's a matter of putting in the hard work over these tough years, and we'll see if they can stay with it. Snap is low again. This time Kimberly's able to snag it, but he is going to be swallowed up in a swarm of Broncos who, by the way, are, for those of you on the radio tonight, wearing the yellow jerseys, the alternate,
Gold.
the Color Rush Gold, the Color Rush Gold jerseys, also known as the alternate or third jerseys. And, boy, that was a tough loss of, it looks like, about 7 for the quarterback there.
Man, and Kimberly, he's just trying to stick in there. He was trying to just stick in the pocket.
He stayed in there pretty
read
strong.
Down the field. Just couldn't find an open receiver, but before that pocket just collapsed on him. And he's a freshman, Rhett. He's a kid that I guarantee you 3 weeks ago he didn't think he was going to be a starting quarterback in this game. And then your one quarterback out, your second quarterback out, and so now you're down to your freshman. And just kudos to him because, man, you've got to, as a freshman coming in, and I know it's a new offense for all of them, but, man, the nerves he's got to have.
And this time he throws it in the dirt as he had a lot of pressure coming at him. And, man, you talked about on that previous play the pocket collapsing. I don't know if collapsing is the right word, more like disintegrating. And here he just kind of throws it away to save his life, I think, on the pressure coming from the backside there. So his first attempt falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down and long now.
Just like we talked about earlier, San Juan's hungry after a tough defeat last week, you know, where they saw a running back kind of just run over them at will at times. They want to show that, hey, we can stop the run, we can get in there and make some sacks.
And we do have some lightning striking out to our east. It looks to me like it's farther than 6 miles away, which I think is the defining distance.
I hope so. I've heard also that it might be a line of sight. So
No, we're not going to believe that for a minute. But, I mean, it was a beautiful sky coming in. And
Cooper Swayze tries to get something going there in the running game as the running back as he gets the ball. And Cooper's a fantastic kid. There's a few of these kids that I know really well, Rhett, and I just wish for their success. Maybe not tonight against San Juan,
right.
But man, I do. I think the UHSA needs to do something about this and drop them down to the 1A program, or even let them go an 8-man for a few years and build a program, because that's what it takes. San Juan didn't get this way overnight.
Right.
They built a program. Oh, and snap was way over his head, out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, so that'll be a safety.
And honestly, Rhett, as a head coach, you actually have plays in your playbook for this kind of scenario where you tell your quarterback, just take the ball, run the end zone, take a knee, run out the back of the end zone, whatever, because it's almost better than a punt because now you get a free kick and you give up 2 points.
Right. Yeah, so the snap does not sink for Grand County. They had just lost yardage all the way back down inside their own 10. The snap goes out the back of the end zone here on the punt attempt, and so it'll be a free kick coming from Grand County to San Juan, who are now up 16-0. 9:21 left in the opening quarter here tonight in this Friday Night Lights matchup. And we are brought to you tonight in part by Bradford Tire, specializing in fast service with fair prices and quality customer care. Also tonight, Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power, and Creative Floors, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs. Now we got a minute, so we'll let you know. Also, Crowley Construction, they're right out by my house. Dirt, roads, driveways, and more. They handle any job, big or small. That's Crowley Construction. I want to say thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. Weird to be back at home, Art. We've been over a month on the road, and so
missing one out there
for Grand County.
On the kickoff team, yep.
Yeah, bit out of sync here.
They're trying to get somebody out there, but no one is paying. And
nobody wants to come.
Now they got somebody.
Here he comes. He's on us. That's a big boy. That's a big boy sprinting out there right now.
I'm telling you, Rhett, when you're a big guy and you get a chance to go in on kickoff,
and he's got it.
You don't really get to go hit people a lot downfield when you're a big guy, and man, you kind of get out there and light somebody up.
He's got a great name. Harley Knutson was the name of that man coming on. Now, San Juan had a chance to run to the open side of the field, but they reverse it back to the crowded side. That's got to be a thing that maybe they need to read. But now Jagger Neves breaks free, and he is going to go the distance as the Broncos get into the end zone for the 3rd time already here in this first quarter. That was, I think, about an 80-yard return there for Neves.
Yeah, they ran that wall to the far side of the field from us, and Mike and Keith catches the ball, hands it to Jagger, and Jagger actually bobbles it, almost loses it, and then comes up field and then just makes a cutback, like you said, to the open side. But, yeah, that wall is designed to go to the sideline. They call it left or right, and you just basically want to give a crease out there. You want to make the wall between you and the sideline so your running back get behind you and just go up the field. And that time it kind of collapsed, but Jagger with his vision is able to step outside, and now we're going to go for a 1-point kick here.
Yeah, we're going to start working the kicking game, and Trip Palmer pops that one almost straight up in the air and misses it wide right. So now you see why they've been going for 2-point conversions this season.
That's not all on Trip, though. That PATs and field goals are one of the hardest things to do because you got to have a good snap, you got to have a good hold, and then you got to have a good kick. And not only do you have to have all three of those things good, but you got to have them all three good at once.
That's right, all at the same time. Yeah, and my guess is that I saw on that Stream Utah replay that the snap was low, so my guess is the hold wasn't perfect. I want to give you guys, the StreamUtah.Live guys, a lot of credit. That was a beautiful shot. If we want to go back and freeze frame that with that ball straight up in the air, we had a shot of the ball, the players, and the moon in the background there with the field goal post on the right. That was a beautiful shot. If you want to go back and get a screenshot of that, Caleb.
And Trip Palmer doing the kickoff duties tonight, too.
And that one was kind of a grounder, just kind of trying to make things tough on the Grand County Red Devils, and they field it nicely. So the Red Devils will have, I believe, their best starting field position of the night, as they're going to be just shy of their own 30-yard line, looks like about the 27. So the Broncos have scored, I think, other than those 3 plays that Grand County ran on offense, they've scored on 4 straight plays now. For San Juan, they had 2 touchdowns from Jagger Neves, then the safety, and then that kick return. So,
their center's a sophomore for the Red Devils out there, number 62. Caden, is it Tyner? I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind.
It is Tyner, yep.
But, man, and he struggled a little bit the first this game, but he's a sophomore.
Yep.
And you're going to have to expect that out of the young sophomore. Good snap there.
Yeah, that was a good one. So they'll hand off. Kimberly hands off, and not much. Ran into a wall of San Juan defenders on the line there. So I think just back to the line of scrimmage for Cooper Swayze there. His second carry of the night. And no gain. So it is second down. I guess they're going to give him a loss. I'm going to give him no yards on that. I don't know. I guess
You're such a generous soul.
If I want to stay correct, I guess I have to not give him the benefit of the doubt. Second down and 12. It surely is, according to the spot. They are back to what appears to be about the 26 as lightning continues to strike in the distance. Dark clouds to our east here at San Juan High School. Kimberly's going to throw for the first time, and that's a nice ball, but a couple yards ahead of his intended receiver, Van Lamont. And so both of his attempts tonight have fallen incomplete.
But it was a good thrown ball. I mean,
yeah.
I like the ball thrown there, and just unable to come down is one of the coolest names on the Van Lamont.
Van Lamont, that's a good one.
That's one of those that just kind of rolls off your
We
tongue.
can name off some of their great names. They have a guy named Ulysses Valencia on the team. I already mentioned Harley Knudsen. Gustavo Corona, that's a good one.
But I really like the way that this young quarterback, Kimberly, throws the football.
Yeah, that was a pretty ball, but they do face a third down and long here. He's going to look to throw again. He's a left-handed quarterback, and he throws incomplete on the far side this time. That was intended for number 31, Everett Hill.
Head coach's son, sophomore as well. And that's what you've got. You've only got a couple of seniors on this team. You said that in the pregame. I said, 2 or 3 seniors?
Yeah.
So you're looking at a team full of sophomores, a few juniors, and freshmen. And it's just a growing, those growing pains they're going through this year with a new staff, limited amount of kids, and just a program that has struggled.
Well, they're going to be forced to punt again here, I would guess. They are lined up in an offensive formation. And again, the snap goes beyond the quarterback, and Kimberly's just going to have to retreat to cover that at, I think, about the 15-yard line. No, it's going to be the 11. So San Juan is going to get the ball at the Grand County 11, already going in toward the end zone here. So another tough break for the Grand County offense.
Well, here's a positive that I see, and hopefully someone on the Grand County staff sees as well. I know they're trying to go punt with your quarterback like everyone seems to be going to nowadays. You want to just squib kick it with your quarterback. You don't want to run a punt team on. But they've got a center that can snap a punt snap out there. He's a long snapper. So
he's done it 3 times now. So
why not back him up and punt?
Yeah. Snap that ball 14 yards, man.
Cole Duke.
Yeah, Cole Duke is going to catch the ball over on the left side from Bo Yeomans, and he'll go in untouched to the end zone as Yeomans connects with Cole Duke. We haven't said that in a long time. And so that's good to see. An 11-yard touchdown pass from Bo Yeomans to Cole Duke makes it 28-0.
And a great just a quick slant maybe even a quick post route, but by Cole, gets inside leverage on his defender, and just no one even has a hand on him as he walks in the end zone.
And so let me get this on the sheet here, and I'll let you know what that is for Cole Duke. It's his first catch of the night, obviously.
Well, he's been hurt for a few weeks.
Yeah, he has.
He tried to come back and didn't work out, was hurt again, and they're going to go another kick here. We'll see if we can't get Tripp in.
Oh, no, it went wide, just wide right. I saw it sneak past the – so he misses on both of his tries so far tonight. I mean, that was a high pop fly again. I don't know if he's getting it with the toe or what the technique is there. He might need to get some work in on that during the week. I don't know.
I know you used to call our games in Monticello when we had a kicker up there. I won't call him out. But we would just we got to where when he did the standard step back, 2 back, 2 over, or 3 back, 2 over, whatever you do, we could never get it in the upright. So one day at practice, I'm like, hey, just take one giant step backwards and kick the ball. And he started making everything. We were almost automatic. And we took a lot of flack from a lot of announcers that year by, that kid just takes one big old step back and kicks it. But if it goes through, who cares how many steps you take?
Did you have that toy growing up where you placed the plastic football in front of the plastic guy with the foot and you banged his head and he booted the field goal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. But I tell you, Monticello years ago had a German exchange student who had some soccer history, and that kid could kick the ball. Daniel Hostenteufel, I'll never forget. That was an era for Monticello. I think they had him just for 1 year, and he was booting 50-yarders. And I remember it was a misty, wind-blowing, cold game in Duchesne one time, and I think Monticello was down by 30 or something. And
that better bounce in the end zone. You're going to pick that up.
Oh, Grand County going to return that. But Daniel Hostenteufel and the kick team came out to kick a field goal, and I remember the murmurs in the Duchesne crowd, and he booted. I think that was a 44-yarder there in the mist and the wind, and he was impressive. You talk about kickers.
Randall Black kicks that one off as they've changed kickers on the kickoff, and he kicks that ball, and it looked like it was going to roll in the end zone, and then it just died at the 5-6 yard line.
Yeah, I don't think Hickman wanted to return that.
I think it died at like the 2, and then he picked it up. He wasn't going to pick it up. He thought, it's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he picked it up, or that's San Juan's ball.
San Juan would have scooped and scored, I think. But can you advance if you receive your own kickoff? I don't think you can advance it.
Not in high school anymore.
Yeah. So it's 1st and 10, deep in their own territory for Grand County as Kimberly, with just under 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter, will hand off on 1st down. I'm going to have to see who gets up from the pile here.
I think it was 87, maybe?
No, 16. 87 was blocking for him. It was just a wad of players for sure.
Oh, that's right. They brought 87 across the formation, and then when they got right together, handed it to 16. They'd have been better off to had 87.
87,
I think if they're going to have any success in the run game tonight, they're going to have to get outside the tackle box.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to have any positive yards running up there with them big old boys, and then you throw George McNaughton in there. Holy cow, I just don't know how you're going to run between the tackles tonight.
Negative 14 total yards of offense right now for Grand County.
Empty set.
And all of it rushing. Let's see if Kimberly gets one away. He does, and unfortunately unable to connect with his intended receiver, who kind of halted on his pattern over there. He had a step momentarily on Brig Palmer. We got a flag on the field.
I think we got it looked to me like a roughing the passer. Was that personal foul? Roughing the passer, yep, is what they're going to call. So Grand County will pick up their first down by penalty.
And that incompletion will not count on Justin Kimberly. So
again, a nice pass, just great defense there. Who was that over on defense? I think it was Palmer.
Brig Palmer, yeah. But I'll tell you, as the receiver turned around to locate the ball, he stopped his run, and that's what made it to where he didn't get to the ball. The ball was thrown perfectly if he'd have stayed in stride.
And Brig was right there in his back pocket.
Yeah, and that was Edgar Hernandez, the intended man.
So first down for the Red Devils.
7:10 to go in the opening quarter. It is 28-0 for San Juan here tonight, homecoming, and now
we're going to get offsides on San Juan.
Wow, so they were anticipating the snap, and they're going to give Grand County a free 5 more yards here.
Little encroachment call.
Do we have some second stringers, some backups already in defensive-wise for San Juan here?
Let me look here.
That may be the
we
case.
Still got varsity guys out there. It's all varsity.
You can tell they're hungry if they're jumping the snap. They want to get in there and get to that quarterback.
Yeah, we do have a couple of seniors out there that aren't on the starting varsity defense that are getting some playing time tonight at homecoming.
Well, it's 1st and 5 for Grand County now, just shy of their own 30. They got a first down by virtue of a penalty, and now Kimberly had a man absolutely wide open who would have gone to the end zone if Kimberly could have connected. So busted coverage that time for San Juan. I don't know what happened right there. That man was wide open.
I've talked about this all year about peeking in the backfield, and that's kind of what happened, I think, here is you get one-on-one matchup out here, and he kind of passes by, and there is no safety help coverage over the top. So I'm not sure if it was a coverage error by someone that's supposed to play the deep zone or if they were manned up and he just saw the ball go low and thought he'd go on a blitz there and be a hero. But, yeah, it was definitely could have been a disaster there for San Juan.
I'm not going to call Quincy Singer's name or anything.
I wouldn't call him out either.
As Kimberly will toss, I think, no, that wasn't Singer that time, but that ball knocked away by the San Juan coverage. Nash Young defending that one, and so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 after back-to-back incompletions for Justin Kimberly. And Grand County still looking for their first completion of the night after 5 attempts here, but they do have a 3rd down and 5 at their own 28.
It's hard to complete a pass when you don't have time to get into progression, to set your feet, and get a throw off. It just is. No matter how well you throw the football, if you can't go through your progression, and your steps, it's not going to happen for you. So they've got to have that line, give them a little bit of time.
Yeah, they've got it. Obviously, this is a great example of what we talk about all the time, that games are won and lost on the line, and you can see a stark example of it right now with the Broncos winning each and every battle all across the field right now on that line. And this is going to be a loss of 4, it looks like, to the quarterback stats as he is sacked in the backfield after a low snap.
I thought that was
it a handoff that time?
Yeah, it was given to number 16.
Okay, Cooper Swayze. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. Well, his stats are struggling tonight.
And the other thing is, Rhett, is, man, when the quarterback has to go down and pick the ball off the turf every snap.
Yes.
And I'm not faulting
or
that
it
young
sails
sophomore.
over his head, yep.
It's just hard to.
Yeah. He's going to get a punt away this time, even though it was a low snap. Man, this quarterback is getting some practice scooping it up off the turf, that's for sure. And for the first time tonight, the Red Devils are going to be able to flip the field here on a punt, and the Broncos are going to start at their own 38-yard line, it would appear. So Grand County unable to get any offensive production. They have to kick it away, so with 6:13 remaining in the opening quarter, the Broncos are going to take over with a 28-0 lead.
Sometimes a positive punt is what you need to kind of settle you down in this type of atmosphere. And Grand County knows they're up against it in the 4-time defending state champs. I mean, they know exactly what they're doing here, and kudos to those kids for getting out there and strapping it up tonight and getting on the field.
Now, in contrast to what Kimberly's facing all night, Yeomans has all day to throw. He connects with Trip Palmer. Palmer slips a tackle in the middle of the field, and he'll go all the way in for a 63-yard touchdown reception. Back-to-back completions and back-to-back touchdowns for Bo Yeomans. 1 to Brig Palmer. By the way, that was not Brig Palmer, excuse me, Cole Duke. By the way, that was his first touchdown catch of the season for Trip Palmer. This is his 8th. And a 63-yarder. Let me get this one computed in here.
And they're going to send out a new kicker here for the PAT, Randall Black.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
They have decided to get him some work here in the kicking game.
Their hand was almost forced, Art. And let's see, it's another pop fly. It doesn't have that was really a pop fly. That only traveled, I think, about 5 yards. That was hilarious. I hate to make fun of the Broncos kicking game, but 34-0 it remains after they failed to tack on the extra point.
Well, it's not very often you see. And last year, Tripp got in a rhythm. And he was kicking. He was almost automatic.
Yeah, he was.
And they just have decided that 2 points is kind of where you want to go this year. And when you've got an offense like San Juan has, why not go for 2?
Yeah.
That, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, that's another touchdown on the board, after 3 of those.
That's right.
So why not? But, man,
well, I think in this game, obviously, you have to back off the 2-point conversions every time.
Sure.
Knowing that you're going to be putting up points as easily as you are tonight. And
sure.
So.
And people might say, well, why are you throwing the ball? You're up, 28 to nothing. Why are you throwing the ball in there? You still, the first quarter, even halfway in the second quarter, you've got to get your offense out there and run your plays.
Yeah, you can't not play the game. Otherwise, you'd have just made it a JV game from the start. But here's did that ball come loose?
Nope, he's down, number 7.
All right, so that's Davin Hickman with another return. That time he knocked it down with his hand. scooped it up off the turf and returned it for a few yards. And Grand County is going to start at their own, it looks like 30-yard. No, that's the 25. Start at the 25. Man, I cannot see any yard markers in Blanding. I mean, you talk about the nice turf fields with the well-marked and easy to see. It is impossible sometimes to see the yard markers here in Blanding.
Yeah, it's hard to see where the ball sets out there unless you get to your binoculars. It's not even easy that way either.
Then you lose where you are on the field with binoculars for sure. So
Empty
here's Grand
set.
County from their own 25, 1st and 10. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Broncos already up 34-0 here in this one. So, and Kimberly's going to be sacked in the backfield. Is that McNaughton? McNaughton got in there for his 10th. That may even be more now. He may have already had a sack tonight that I missed, but that is a loss of what appears to be 7 yards on the QB there on the sack.
And it's hard as a head coach or whoever the offensive coordinator is over there for Grand County to really get a play scheme together when you can't run inside the tackles and then you can't throw the ball because you don't have enough time for your quarterback to get into his routes. So what do? You can't just run a sweep every time. And so they've just got to keep trying, and they may get lucky here. They've had a couple of times where they were really close on some plays.
Well, the clock is running. We're nearing 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 2nd down and long as flags fly against Grand County here. It's going to be a false start on the Red Devils, so it's going to get even more challenging for them as that will push it back inside the 15-yard line to the 14.
Yeah, just nothing good happening right now. But the kids are still out there. They're still battling.
Yep.
They just need a break here. One good play as they go back to that single back formation now.
Well, man, if Kimberly had hit his man on that one pass, he would have been off to the races. That would have been impressive. And they're going to run kind of a similar pattern. Same guy intended over here. Laundry flies onto the field in the San Juan secondary. So it's likely this is going to end up being defensive holding on that pattern. That is a huge flag. That's almost like a hand towel for that guy out here. What kind of flag? I've never seen a flag so huge in my life.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a holding when 87 for
made a cut to the outside there.
Van Westbrook goes to make that outside cut. Unfortunately, the Bronco reached out and gets a handful of jerseys. You're going to get that call every time. But it's not a pass interference. It looked like it was a holding call.
If he hadn't held him, Lamont might have been past him and open again. They've been getting him open.
Sometimes you don't, as a coach, as defensive guy, you're like, I'd rather take a 10-yard holding than let him have 6 down the field.
Right. Sometimes there are necessary penalties that save you a touchdown. 2nd down and 11 now. After that penalty, the snap gets through Kimberly's hands on the turf, and he battles down there on the turf for it. Looks like that's going to put them basically right where they were. That'll be a big loss all the way to the 10.
Yeah, no one even touches Max Stearns as he just beelines it for that football. So good job by Kimberly to jump on it. But now they're in one of those situations as a head coach. You do not have a 3rd and 20-yard play in your playbook.
Yeah, and this is 3rd and 25.
This is where some coaches would just, catch them off guard here and punt it quick.
Hey. Yeah, or I don't know. We'll see what they pull out of the playbook here. 3rd and very long, 25 or 26 to go, it looks like. And the freshman quarterback, Justin Kimberly, continues to work from the shotgun. They're taking a lot of time snapping this ball. We are under 4 now to go in the opening quarter, 34-0 lead for San Juan. Kimberly airs one out down the left sideline. His man was not that deep. It is overthrown by about 5 yards and incomplete again, so that will bring up a 4th down and very long for Grand County.
Man, the kid has an arm, though. That was a beautiful thrown ball. I just think Beto kind of, like you said on one of the last plays, just didn't get out there on that route quick enough and run as hard as he could. And he just kind of, when your head's looking back at 5 yards, you got to dig that ball out of there.
Yep.
And you got to dig for the goal line and then check back. Especially if you're on a go or a vert route, you got to just dig that out for the first 10, 12 yards.
And they fumble the snap in the backfield, and Kimberly is not going to be able to punt
Fumbled
that away.
again.
He fumbled the ball.
But it's a 4th down, so.
Yeah, it's going to result in the same result. It will be a fumble and recovered by San Juan, I believe. Either way, it was going to be a turnover on downs, but it is a fumble here in this first half against Grand County, I believe.
And George McNaughton gets in there to
and he's picked up by his jersey as well. So
he gets in there on that punt, and George gets in there quick and is able to get back there before the quarterback can get the punt up and hits him, and that's what makes him fumble the ball.
So 1st and goal for San Juan at the 4, I believe. And I'm not seeing, is that thrown to the far side? It is.
Jagger Neves.
Bo Yeomans throwing to Neves in the end zone, and so Neves now catches a 4-yard or maybe a 5-yard touchdown pass. It looks like it was a 4-yarder. So 3 straight touchdown passes on his past 3 attempts for Bo Yeomans, and the Broncos up 40-0 here still in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it looks like San Juan, they're just trying to get everybody involved here, trying to get people, all their starters, a touch of the rock before they have to start pulling them out, which is a good coaching job by Coach Christian and the staff to know that eventually you're going to have to pull these guys out as the kick again goes straight up and straight down short. And so the kicking woes continue for the Broncos.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing
the touchdown woes are not there tonight.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's been ugly for them here tonight.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Rhett, so you know at one point you're going to have to put your underclassmen in this game.
Yep.
And so you want to get your varsity guys their touches. You also want to get them, juiced up here and flowing. And so that's why you see the young Yeomans, they're still calling those pass plays to different people to get them, in the game. And you're going to say, well, Neves already scored a couple touchdowns. Yeah, but that's on the ground, kick return, those kind of things. You need to run your offense so you can have film for next week to say, this is what we need to fix, this is what we need to work on. Now, there's not a lot of stuff that this film's going to show that you probably need to fix, but you can still see kind of where your lineman went on that play, what your running backs did in the blocking scheme, and so it still gives you something to look at in your film session this weekend and Monday to improve upon for next week. So that's why you do this stuff as a coach.
Yeah, Neves has 3 touches tonight, all 3 of them touchdowns. A 65-yard run. Actually, and he has the kick return touchdown as well. So basically 4 touches, 4 touchdowns, but a 65-yard run, 25-yard run, now the 4-yard catch, all touchdowns, and the 80-yard kick return a little bit ago. Hey, that was nicely fielded by a Grand County up man there on the kickoff on one hop. That was impressive. And Grand County's going to start at their own 43. Let me say hi to my boys back in Eastland tonight, Alan and James, and also my wife, Abby. I know they're listening tonight. Love you guys. And I am sad that we're not together tonight, but we're enjoying some Friday Night Lights tonight here in cool and breezy Blanding.
San Juan sends out a bunch of new players out there, Rhett. And kind of like I talked about, I figured they'd wait till the second quarter, maybe, deep into that second quarter or maybe even third before, but they have pulled a lot of their starters off that defense. They've still got a couple of studs out there. George McNaughton's still out there. Max Stearns, both starters. But then they've got some new guys out there on the line, that nose tackle position. They've got some new safeties, some new linebackers, some JV-style players, some seniors that don't get a lot of varsity time just because they're stacked so deep at some positions. So I think 3:35 left in the first quarter, we're going to start seeing San Juan start resting some of their – and they'll probably put some, underclassmen, some starters here and there and just kind of work it out. You always have a depth chart. All coaches have it. They have who our number 1s are, 2s, 3s. And so then you start going down that, okay, let's leave our 1s at this position where they're kind of out there calling the defense. You put some 2s in, maybe some 3s in. And sad to say, I don't want to be mean saying this, but sometimes you put some of those kids in there where, well, it's not going to hurt us too bad if they're the defensive end or if they're the, here or there, because we've got some safeties out that are varsity players. So you're seeing that a lot right here.
Yeah, it's going to start getting more challenging for me. We're going to start seeing a lot of numbers and names. I'm going to be kind of working on the fly probably for the rest of the night. Obviously, San Juan already in a position to have a running clock in the second half. That ball goes off the hands of Van Lamont, the intended receiver for Grand County. So, unfortunately for Kimberly, another incompletion.
Hold it, I have his name as Van Westbrook on this one. And then it's Van Lamont on this one. Van somebody. At least he's not living in a van down by the river, I guess.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. This is the one the school gave me. That's the Max Preps.
I'm going to guess that is correct then.
Anyway, hopefully.
Who knows?
Well, it's either Van Lamont or Van Westbrook, but he seems to be Grand County's number 1 target in the passing game.
Yes, even though they haven't connected.
Though
they haven't connected, he's been the go-to man.
Targeted him with almost every throw tonight.
Yeah, Kimberly, unfortunately for Grand County, 0 of 7 in the passing game so far. He's got to pick another one off the turf, and he completes his first pass to Van Westbrook / Lamont. It is going to go for a loss of yardage, though. So it'll be a loss of 2 on the catch, but he completes his first pass of the night.
Quincy Singer.
Quincy Singer?
Quincy Singer on the tackle.
Oh,
yep.
excuse me. I was thinking, what? I know it was Van Westbrook. Don't confuse me. So a catch for -2 yards, and the passing game is on the sheet for Grand County. Wow. Yeah, we've got an update from Monticello tonight, which I think is probably the most interesting and exciting football game in San Juan County tonight. Whitehorse right now leading Monticello 20-8.
22-8.
22-8, excuse me, looking to beat the Buckaroos for the first time since 1984.
Undefeated Whitehorse Raiders.
Yeah.
Yago Raiders.
Yeah, man. And so,
I mean, I'm excited. When you get a team like that has struggled historically for a lot of years, man, you got to love the competitiveness of just the continuing to keep going. And they've got a good coach down there. Not that they haven't had good coach in the past, but this guy, I coached against him, Chuck Woodhouse, great individual, great coach, and he's doing fantastic things down there at Montezuma Creek High School.
that's amazing. Yeah, that would be a big win for Whitehorse. That really, tonight is really a good look at where they actually stand in the 8-man ranks after going 4-0 against teams that haven't provided much challenge for them yet this year. This ball bounces off the hands and then the head of an intended receiver over there.
4th down.
And that will be a 4th down.
No, it's
that was a 4th down, so that's a turnover on down. So
and they went for it, Rhett, and I'm all for that right now because your punting game hasn't been there. You've got a safety already on a punt. You've fumbled it. So why not go for it? Give your team the chance.
And that's what they did. They were close enough to midfield, 4-down territory. Now the Broncos will take over at the Grand County 37. So let's see. Bo Yeoman's in there at quarterback, and let's see who the running back is. Jagger Neves is going to take it. He'll bust it to the outside, get some blocking. Down the sideline he goes all the way to the end zone. It's a 37-yard touchdown run for the senior. Every time he's touched the ball tonight, he's scored, and that pans out right here. And it is 46-0 for Neves, his 25th rushing touchdown of the season. He's also got a kick return touchdown in this ball game.
And unfortunately, they don't have the running clock before halftime in Utah.
Right.
I think Colorado has a mercy rule before halftime, though. I think, don't they?
Yes,
You've called some of those games.
Yeah,
in the
I feel like that did happen in Bayfield, but I can't remember. There's a nice snap, a nice hold, and the kick is up and looks pretty.
Trip Palmer.
And this one goes through for Trip Palmer. So they've connected for the first time tonight on a PAT kick and make it 47-0 with 1:45 still left in this first quarter. Now we're really going to start seeing some backups coming in for this Broncos squad, as we got a whole crew of guys going off over here and a completely different crew going on for the kickoff as these guys come off. So looks like it may be Cole Duke to kick off this time.
Yeah,
he carries the ball out there with the block.
I guess on one hand, if you want to run through some kickers to see who you want to take deep in the playoffs, tonight's the night to do it.
Right.
I just got another update, Rhett, that might interesting to our San Juan football base. Emory is currently beating South Sevier. I don't have a score, but Emory's currently beating South Sevier.
Yeah, so South Sevier's undefeated record. Boy, I don't know what happened there. Davin Hickman didn't look like he
fumble.
Did not look like he wanted to return that and then reluctantly picked it up. It looks like he may have been down before he lost the ball, so that's a benefit for Grand County. But, boy, Hickman was just kind of unaware that time. That's twice now. He's kind of maybe thinking that was going to go into the end zone, made no effort to go to that until it was Dyer, and fortunately for Grand County, he scoops it up. But
yeah, he's just anticipating that going in the end zone, and those balls are dying right where they hit.
Yep.
They're not. Maybe they've deflated them. The Tom Brady deflate gate on the kicking ball, huh?
I've heard of that.
I would really like to see Grand County at least get a first down in this possession or have a sustained drive just to get some confidence in those young players. I mean, this game's already out of hand. Typically, you wouldn't say that in the first quarter, but you'd like to see these young men on the Red Devil side just get some confidence in themselves. I mean, not that they don't have that, but to have some success.
Yep. 1:39 to go in the opening quarter. They trail 47-0. There's a completion to the near side. And now making a couple guys miss. Grand County's going to get some positive yardage in the offense for the first time tonight.
Cooper
Swayze makes the catch, and that'll go for what looks like 4.
Is there a flag out there? And if there is, man, if it's against the Red Devils, you pick this up as an official.
Yeah, it's going to be on San Juan.
Face mask.
It looks like, yeah, so that'll help him out a little bit. Nice little completion. The first one of the night, or, the first legitimate completion for positive yardage for Grand County.
And the officials just looked over there at the lightning strike. No, they're looking at the first down marker because there's a lightning, and right as they looked over those chains.
Please ignore the lightning.
And so
it's
we're going
too
to
far
get
away.
The second first down of the night on a penalty for the Red Devils.
So 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. So they've moved the chains again here.
And I know that I talked to some of the San Juan fans for the game, and they kind of wanted South Sevier to be undefeated when we roll into Monroe in a couple weeks.
Right.
They wanted to be, but I tell you, that Emory team, they're hit and miss, so we'll see how that game plays out.
And Emory's here next week, so that's an interesting situation if they come off a win against South Sevier and come here.
I really think, nice little run there by number 8, but I know they want to stick their foot in the grass and get upfield right on the tackle's left hip. But, man, I think it's going to be too hard. I think almost impossible to run in there. And now you've got some underclassmen in there at the defensive line. You got Gage Palmer, number 70. Looks like it knows. You've got number 29, Thomas Harden, in there.
On the line, yeah, that's crazy.
54's in there. That's going to be Tyler Jacobson.
Yeah, by the way, I've got names on the backside here if you're trying to consult mine.
Well, I'm blind, so I got to put on my glasses. Takes me time to read.
Kimberly throws complete to the far side to Van Westbrook. I'm going to call him Van Westbrook.
We'll just call him Van.
Yeah, we could call him Van. So that's another completion. That'll go for a couple positive yards. Let's see how much they give him. They haven't even moved the sticks yet. That's going to be, it looks like a pickup of 3. So
San Juan's got a lot of juniors and sophomores out there right now. There's a couple of seniors that don't get a lot of varsity action, or not varsity starters. So San Juan's doing what they can to not be too overly aggressive here on defense.
Kimberly will hand off on this 3rd down play, and basically getting back to the line of scrimmage was the running back. Let's see who stood up from that pile.
But just like I do, Rhett, you put these kids in that don't get a lot of varsity time or starters that are seniors, and they want to go out there and play football just like they're the starters, and they're not going to go out and give the Red Devils any leniency.
Yeah, and it looks like hobbling on the play is number 16, Cooper Swayze, so I'm guessing he was the ball carrier.
We're going to have the end of the quarter.
That
so
is
finally.
It. First quarter in the books. It's a 47-0 lead for the San Juan Broncos. Obviously, all Broncos all the time. We'll step aside and return for the start of the second quarter. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair with us as we start the second quarter here tonight. The San Juan Broncos up 47-0 on the Grand County Red Devils. Red Devils with a 4th down and long. They're going to punt it away, and that kick is going to go straight up in the air. We know now that they can advance that football, and San Juan is going to get there and advance it.
Jace Razor.
I tell you what, we were really close to a backwards punt and a possible advanced punt because that did not cross the line of scrimmage. That's the second time this year we've seen that. The first time it went for a Beaver touchdown. It did not cross the line of scrimmage. It was close. But I think it was advanceable by Grand County.
Let's
but
see
this
this
time,
angle. Look at this angle right
this
here.
time San Juan was not going to be not there. They were crowding that football this time.
Great videography by our Pitcher at Palmer crew on StreamUtah.Live. That ball definitely hit behind the line of scrimmage. So
yeah, that'll be a play that for the next 20 years San Juan will not mess up on. I can guarantee you that. And now we're going to get a timeout maybe here. 1st down and 10 for San Juan. Starting, it looks like just outside. No, is it 1st and goal? No, it looks like they can get a 1st down inside the 2 maybe down there. I'm not sure.
They do have the sticks up, so if they didn't, that one would be laying down.
Yeah, guy's passed out.
He's fixing that one.
Okay, I was going to say he passed out over there or something.
Giving it CPR right now,
yeah,
chest compressions.
It does look like he's giving that stick chest compression. I don't know what's
I think you can get a 1st down about half a yard.
On the 6-inch line, yep.
Half a yard,
That's
a football length from the goal line.
So it's not likely that's going to happen. They're still working on that thing over there. What is going on? Well, we'll let you know that we're brought to you tonight in part by Dependable Auto Repair. Count on their team of ASE certified technicians for all your auto service. Diamond Designs offering a wide variety of quality customized products, and that'll be all we can do right now as the Broncos will snap the ball, and there's that shuttle pass. Nash Young is going to catch it this time, and he will rumble ahead for 7 yards for the Broncos on a pass from Bo Yeomans. So Nash Young with his first catch of the night goes for 7. It's going to be 2nd down and basically goal, but they can get a 1st down, like we said, inside the 1. So 2nd down and 3 officially.
Jace Razor at tailback and George McNaughton now in at the fullback position.
That's awesome. So now you know George McNaughton's going to start getting some touches. Yeomans will roll this one out, connects with that man right there, and he flips himself into the end zone. That was I think a 5-yard touchdown catch for George McNaughton. That's funny.
And I don't think if the score's not 46,
right,
he gets that flag. But that's our good buddy down there, by the way, that threw that flag.
So he got a flag for excessive celebration?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
So they're going to get an unsportsmanlike.
That's funny. You can call that name for the flag thrower. I love it.
But like I said, I don't think you get that. I don't think you throw that flag if, it's not excessive. He just did a little side roll.
Yeah.
But by no means. And I'm sure that our buddy will watch this, so I'm not going to call him out. But
why not?
You know what? Even officials
he's got to do what he's got to do.
They need a little game action, too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. When it's slow, you got to get some action. But 5-yard touchdown pass from Yeomans to McNaughton. That is the 4th touchdown pass of the half for Yeomans now.
PAT was good.
And so there you go. Was that Trip Palmer again?
I wasn't watching.
On the kick? I missed it, too.
Who kicked the PAT?
We're going to try to track that down for you folks. But
who kicked it?
54-0, right?
Yep.
Trip did kick it. Trip kicked it. So he's gotten 2 to go through after a couple that went awry. We're going to see it again on StreamUtah.Live. This almost looks like Batman from the 1960s with the crooked frame up there, guys.
I was too busy writing down McNaughton's name in the reception category. Not often do you get your defensive end out there catching touchdown passes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, sometimes in these type of games and at this stage of the game, you've had George McNaughton getting in on some action previously in the year. But let's see. For McNaughton, he did have 12 yards receiving until then, so he's got – or coming into this game tonight. So as the Broncos kick it away and they bear down on that kick returner, they're going to stop him right around the 35.
Number 7 again on the return.
So for McNaughton, it's his first touchdown catch of the season, obviously. And he's got 17 yards receiving on 2 catches now on the season. So that lets you know that he's used sparingly in that department. But in games like this, he gets a chance to get that activity. Yeah, I'll tell you right now that Davin Hickman is not overwhelmingly excited about returning these kicks, but he reluctantly will do it if he's called. He's the only guy back there, so he's got to do that. They don't have 2 guys back like San Juan does, so you're the guy, Hickman. You're the guy. You got to pick that thing up and go, man.
And sophomore Pierce Holiday is the one that gets out down there and makes a tackle, and he's now in as they switch defensive tackles, but it's Pierce Holiday and Gage Palmer, both sophomores.
And meanwhile, freshman quarterback Justin Kimmerly for Grand County will hand off this time, and they're going to get a little bit of positive yardage, maybe a yard, maybe 2. I'm going to guess that was Swayze carrying. It was. And I'm ready with that. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like no gain. I thought he got some positive yardage, but I guess that was because the San Juan defense was in the backfield. And so he did get 2 yards, but it was just from in the backfield. So he advanced it back to the line of scrimmage, unfortunately.
Andrew Nelson's out there. He's Mr. Interception man the last couple of weeks. So let's see if they throw the ball in his direction.
There you go. 2nd down and 10 for Grand County from their own 35. 10:20 to go in the first half. The Broncos are up 54-0. And that's a beautiful catch if that's caught.
Nope.
Incomplete.
Calling incomplete.
That was a sliding attempt, I believe, for Beto Carroll. Intended on the play, but another incompletion, unfortunately, for Grand County for Kimmerly.
Yeah, just a little bit short. Had to stop and slide into it, but getting closer.
3rd down and 10 for Grand County now. Still at their own 35. Clock stops this time. 10:14 to go in the half. San Juan up 54-0. Kimmerly will take the snap in the shotgun. It's on the turf again. He scoops it up. He's been doing that all night. Throws into coverage. It's going to be knocked down. As redeeming himself a little bit that time was Quincy Singer. I called his name earlier in the game. We'll call it again right here as he makes a good play, and it's 4th down and 10.
Almost had a pick of his own right
Yeah,
there
he did.
Quincy.
Yeah, what happened right there was you had a
that's when the offense.
You had a receiver who became a defender right
That's
there.
right.
And had to knock that away from Singer. So
exactly right. And again, it's just the quarterback. He's doing a good job. He's doing all he can do. But when you're getting the ball off the turf every time, that takes a toll on you.
And they're pressuring you instantly.
Yep.
They're on him all like white on rice. This time he's going to punt it. Oh, no, he's not. It's going to be blocked. The punt is blocked. And again, Art, you said it earlier. You might, I don't know if it's a play they've ever practiced, but you might want to stretch out that punt snap. If you continue to have to punt the ball, you might want to snap it farther back and give that kid a little bit of room to get a good punt away. But
yeah, and a lot of teams go to this kind of punt, but I'm pretty sure most programs, I know when we would punt a lot with our quarterback, we still had a punt option, and so we could go into the punt, the deep punt, the traditional. And yeah, I just think when you're in this kind of a situation, you've got to, you can't stop the lineman. You don't have enough time to throw a pass. You're not having enough time to actually get the ball down and kick it. You've had one good kick, but yeah, it's just back up a little bit. Your center can snap it deep, so back up and let him snap it deep.
And sophomore Bo Yeomans has to scoop one up off the turf here and hands off. And that was Jace Razor on a carry over there for about 4. So his first touch of the night will go for 4.
Cooper Swayze on the tackle, the Grand County running back, getting in there and making the tackle from his Mike backer position.
And that pushes the ball inside the 30 of Grand County to about the 27. 2nd down and 6 for the Broncos, who have a bunch of backup players in right now other than you got a sophomore quarterback. He is basically a JV guy, so he's going to play on the JV team. Hands off to Razor again this time, and he'll get really close to the line to gain.
You've got your whole your second string offensive line out there. You've got Easton Knight snapping the ball. You've got Pierce Holiday out there. See who else is out there. I think the only starter you still have out there is Gage Palmer. And then you have Keelan Hutchins. And I'm trying to figure out who the other side tackle is. Looks like number 57 going to be Logan Williams. So you've got pretty much a second string line out there.
I'm giving Razor 6 yards on that carry as the snap this time is fumbled, and this is going to
I don't think that was
pan out big because now that's going to be 4th down. My thought is it should have been a 1st down on that previous play, but it wasn't. He was inches shy, and so now the San Juan backup guys have a 4th down and 7 to go here after that loss.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad snap. I think it was just a bad
reception of the snap.
He was trying to hand it off to the back, and it just didn't ever get to where it was going kind of play,
Right, we'll see if the Broncos can convert fourth down here. Yeomans will air it out to a wide open man in the end zone, and it is a touchdown catch. It's going to be a 28-yarder.
Andrew Nielsen.
Wow, Andrew Nielsen with his first not only touchdown catch of the season, his first catch of the season. So Andrew Nielsen, let me get his name written down here. And he got a 28-yard touchdown catch. How about that for the young man? He is a junior. I've got to put his name on my sheet as well. I don't have him on here, I don't believe. I do not. So 25. Andrew Nielsen gets his first catch of the season, a 28-yard touchdown.
And Trip Palmer is going to attempt the PAT.
Again.
And it is good.
There you go. So Trip Palmer's 3 for his last 3. And for Bo Yeomans, it is 5 touchdown passes on the season, or excuse me, on the night, on the first half. So obviously we're going to be seeing a lot of differences in the second half. It's going to be a running clock. But right now the Broncos are stacking it up. They've got backup guys out there.
And we'll see how long. The one thing you want to do, and I know that Bo's he's a sophomore, so he kind of is your JV quarterback. They do have 2 other quarterbacks that they rotate through JV and C team. And the thing you've got to also worry about if you're San Juan is getting him in a position where he may, have an injury or something. So,
right,
especially when you're playing with a bunch of underclassmen that even though you're the same class as them, that's not traditionally who you play with, so you don't know how to read off of them a lot.
Right.
So you gotta wonder how long they'll leave him out there at quarterback.
Well, the kick was not advanced, so Grand County's going to have it back at their own 20 here. And it's been all Broncos tonight, obviously, 61-0 here, and we are not halfway through the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. As the Broncos running roughshod over their rivals to the north, who have had a struggle of a season this year, came in 0-7. Going to be leaving Blanding tonight 0-8, barring the largest miracle that we've seen in our lifetimes on a football field, I think.
And that Trace Bilbo and Cooper Law is back there at your safety positions.
As Justin Kimmerly will go back to work here from the shotgun position. Play action in the backfield, and he has a man. It's a little bit overthrown as Van Westcott got spun around backwards, and that slowed him down just enough to let that ball sail over his head. So an incompletion. I need to fix his name. I'm going to change him to Westcott on my board here. So
Westbrook.
Excuse me, Westbrook.
Score update in Monticello. Monticello takes the lead, 27-22.
So that's a back-and-forth game going on in Monticello tonight. Again, Whitehorse Raiders looking to beat the San Juan Broncos for the first time. Not San Juan.
I don't think even Whitehorse is really good. I don't know if they'd.
They don't typically play each other. So maybe in a JV game as Grand County hands it off here. Yeah, trying to beat Monticello for the first time since 1984. So we'll see how that goes. We'll pay attention to that. I think that's the most exciting game in the county tonight. So one that we'll pay attention to that for you. That's also on StreamUtah.Live if you'd like to have that going at the same time as our game.
Danny Price comes in, goes in for Max Stearns as coaching staff here for San Juan continues to get some other guys on the field, get them some playing time in this homecoming game.
An empty set here for Kimmerly. He'll send a man in motion and will fake the handoff to that guy, then throw to the left side. That guy ends up blocking, and they will get a couple yards on this reception. And I believe they threw to Swayze. He did throw to Swayze, so that's his second catch. And let's see, it's gonna go for 3 yards, it looks like.
Bring up a big fourth down.
Yeah, so we'll bring up a fourth down. We'll see if I'm guessing they're going to punt here. See if they give Kimmerly a little bit more room. I don't know. You may as well go for it, right? What is there to lose? But, I mean, I'm guessing just they're going to go ahead and punt, but we'll see.
I'd go for it here.
I know you would.
Get your offense some work.
I would, too, at this point. Yeah, down 61-0. He will. They will drop back to pass. Kimmerly looking downfield, and he throws incomplete over some double coverage. Didn't really have anybody open in the middle of the field there, although there was a lot of green grass.
But the
so it will be a turnover on down.
The positive, Rhett, is he had a lot of time back there. I think I actually saw him make 2 or 3 reads from that. And so he actually had a little bit of time.
Protection, yep.
So good job by the offensive line to give him some time to make a read. He just didn't make the right read. He threw into triple coverage and then overthrew it.
Yep.
But, if he can get time, he'll learn how to make those reads when he's not under duress.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you got a freshman quarterback who's been forced into the position. What do we have?
Six is your quarterback for San Juan.
Okay, so I've got
Benny Long.
I'm going to have to fix this.
Benny Long comes out as a quarterback for the Broncos.
Yeah, we're going to have to unhide some rows to make this happen. I'll have to have you help me out here.
Jace Razor breaks 2 tackles and able to get 6 yards.
There you go. So this will.
And here's one of the things that this often, when you put in a younger quarterback who doesn't have the full playbook per se,
yep,
you have to bring him over to the sideline to kind of call those plays, and that's what they're doing right now with Benny. And Benny's been in some good games. He's been the quarterback for the C team and the JV team. He was hurt a little bit, missed a game or 2, I believe, but shows a lot of promise for the Broncos as a freshman. And he's in there.
So now you've got a fully JV squad or even C team squad for San Juan going right now, as Thomas Harden will get a handoff, and he makes quick work of the Grand County defense as he goes right up the middle. Started at the 17, going to go all the way down to the 5. And first and goal for the Broncos.
Yeah, so you've got running backs of Thomas Harden and Jace Razor now. And so you're going to see that 2-headed snake back there just run up the middle. Might see a screen here. Maybe they'll let Benny air it out, but I think you're pretty much into a run.
He's not going to air it out from the 5. He might get a quick slant or in and out, or
yeah. I mean down. As we get into this quarter and next half, but I think the Red Devils are going to get a heavy dose of the JVC team run game here.
Well, I like this because it slows down enough for me to keep up with stuff with the team huddling here, and yeah, it's almost like a wishbone here with that 2-back set for Benny Long.
Just without the wish.
And as that Harden will take it right up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown. That is a 5-yard touchdown run for the junior. So he has back-to-back touches. This one gets pay dirt. And the crowd likes that. The players like that as well when these younger guys come in and get production like that. And so give me just a second. I'll give you a stat on that for Thomas Harden. It is his first rushing touchdown of the season. And for the Broncos, their 3rd rushing touchdown of this half. And that makes it 67-0. We're going to get the extra point try from Trip Palmer. Nash Young thinking he's coming out on the field, but he's not. Good thing they didn't break the huddle with him. Oh, and they get into the backfield to stuff that. Can that be advanced for 2 points? Not nice.
Greg Palmer, the holder, but 16. Cooper Swayze gets in there.
Yeah, he was in there to block that with his hip, man. He didn't even use his hands. He used his hip. He was standing in front of the ball when it was kicked. So he got good penetration and said no thank you for the extra point that time. Thomas Harden gets his first touchdown run of the season, 67-0. We'll take a real quick break and return to San Juan High School in Blanding. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce, earn a high school diploma, or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Utah Navajo Health System is a series of community health centers providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajo. With operations in Blanding, Montezuma Creek, Monument Valley, Navajo Mountain, and Monticello, UNHS offers a remarkable variety of services to our patients throughout San Juan County and the northern portion of Navajo Nation.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair here with you. 67-0 for San Juan. 4:40 left in this first half. All Broncos all the time, and this one You don't need me to tell you that with the score on the scoreboard. And Grand County with the football after San Juan scored their most recent touchdown, a 5-yard run from Thomas Harden. The Broncos have C-team and JV guys in now for the duration. Going to be a running clock in the second half. So here's a handoff for Grand County, and it'll go for negative yardage. Looks like -2 on the run here.
Emory South Sevier tied up at 14 right now, Rhett. So both
another battle.
Those two teams we're watching tonight, one 22 miles to the north and the one we're going to play next week and the week after, hotly contested right now in the first half.
That's crazy. That is back-to-back opponents for the Broncos duking it out with each other tonight. I think Cooper Swayze carried there, but I'm not 100% sure for Grand County. It was -2 yards. It's Max Preps is going to have to sort all this out after this thing is done, but my stats are always exceptionally unofficial. Second down and 12 for the Red Devils, and Kimmerly throws complete to Westbrook on the far side. It looks like it's only going to go for 1, maybe 2. Looks like a 2-yard completion.
It's a good ball and a good catch. Look, had a chance, just got to get one block out there.
So for Kimmerly, now 5 of 17 on the night, so obviously hasn't been a great night passing. All the completions have been for short yardage, 10 yards passing on the night. It has been a tough night for Grand County, obviously, against a tough San Juan squad, and this has kind of been the summation of the season for Grand County this year. First year under a new head coach, Keith Hill, and you got to take your lumps sometimes in those years. Barkley Christensen had to take some lumps for his first 2, 3, 4 years before things started to really click. Here is Kimmerly throwing incomplete into a lot of traffic up the middle of the field. I don't know if a couple guys mixed up. We had 2 or 3 Grand County guys in the same spot there. I don't know if that's how they drew that up.
Yeah, and there was a couple of San Juan Broncos. If they'd have been
a bunch of Broncos there too.
Reading that ball, we might have had a pick there out of
Yeah.
a couple of them had an opportunity to go for that thing.
I thought there was going to be a massive collision is what was going to happen, but it didn't, thankfully. So Kimmerly 5 of 18 on the night. Now another 4th down. This time 10 yards to go for Grand County. May as well go for it here, boys. No reason to punt the ball away. You haven't succeeded on a punt play tonight, but they're going to go ahead and punt. And again, it's unsuccessful. Who is that? Nash Young, who caught the ball off a deflection and advanced it to the 2-yard line.
Number 8.
Wow, that was crazy. Rias Blackhorse actually does belong in the stat sheet this time. That deflected off of someone's booty, I think, and popped right into his hands, and he's wasted no time in advancing. That was a touchdown-saving shoelace tackle by Grand County at the 5 there.
Yeah, I think he just went off the side of his foot.
Yeah, he just shanked it, and
Rias
that was caught.
standing right there.
And then it's the quarterback who tackles him by hitting him across the shins at the last moment. Otherwise, Rias Blackhorse's eyes were huge right there going into the end zone, and no, sir. You do not get a touchdown. So 1st and goal for this San Juan backup offense here with 2:51 to go in the half, up 67-0.
You've got another quarterback change here. You're going to have Creed Herring at quarterback, number 36.
Well, at this point, am probably not going to be able to keep quarterback stats. I've run out of spots.
Little pitch to number 21, Randall Black, and he gets in the end zone.
Touchdown for Randall Black. Let's see. I've actually got him on my sheet. So that's a 2-yard run for Black. And the Broncos on the board yet again here tonight. Their 4th rushing touchdown of this half. I believe that's all it is. It could be more, actually. Hang on. We got 3 for Jagger Neves. That's the 5th rushing touchdown. I missed one. So that is the 5th rushing touchdown. We don't have so many extra points in this game that we'll get confused about. And we got also another man going to try an extra point here. Randall Black, the guy who scored the touchdown, is going to kick it through, but they whistled a penalty against Grand County first. I think, I'm guessing Black would have liked for that to, can they decline this? Because I think he kicked it through.
Yeah,
they stopped it before.
They called it before.
Well, the Matrix would say you run it in here, but they're going to
discard
the Matrix. They declined it.
Well, they didn't move the ball.
Look at this kick by Black. This is your kicker right here as he nails that. That's a boot. That was a beautiful-looking kick. And the Broncos increased their lead to 74-0. 2:48 to go in the first half. Broncos on top by a very sizable margin. We'll step aside and return to San Juan High School. Homecoming tonight against the Grand County Red Devils. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit EmoryTelecom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing in Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as quarterback Kimmerly throws complete to the far side. And it looks like that was number 3 making the catch, Edgar Hernandez, and that picked up 5 yards for the Red Devils.
Nice.
So got a 2nd and 5 here.
Nice tackle by Staley Dandy, the sophomore, out there getting some varsity action.
And that is the, let's see, that was a 5-yard completion. So 6th completion of the night for Justin Kimmerly, the freshman for Grand County. And he will scoop another one off the turf. Throws complete to Westbrook this time, and they are going to earn their first down of the night, and a late flag, 2 late flags come in here. So we'll have to wait and see. It would be a 10-yard completion to Westbrook if it stands.
Personal foul, late hit.
So there you go. It will stand for Grand County, and it's going to hurt San Juan. And for Westbrook, his 4th catch of the night. He's got 13 yards net. 25 yards passing for Kimmerly in the game now. And he's 7 of 20. And that penalty will move the ball across midfield into San Juan territory for the first time tonight for Grand County. They've got it at the 49 and a new set of downs. Kimmerly fumbles the snap this time, and just falling straight down on it is the running back, I'm assuming Swayze. Who gets the stats on that? Swayze fell on the fumble. That's going to be a loss of 6 yards. Does that go to Swayze? Goes to the quarterback. He went off his hands. So.
South Severe leading Emory 21-14 at halftime.
Wow. So they have rallied back in that one. Again, the ball on the turf. Kimmerly picks it up, throws incomplete to the near side. That one intended for Beto Carroll. And the incompletion stops the clock with 46 seconds to go in this half. 74-0 for San Juan now.
He keeps getting mad at me. No, he keeps getting mad at me.
And we've got some comedy going on up here in the booth.
Well, I think some people want the clock to run, and the official keeps telling them to stop it because the rule is that doesn't run until the second half.
It doesn't run until the second half. That's right.
So the White Hats trying to
We got a clock
be
operator
official.
trying to go by the book here tonight. We got an officiating crew trying to go by the book, so give them credit. Grand County has a chance here. 3rd down and long, though, after that tough loss. This time Kimmerly gets a good snap, but he is demolished in the backfield. Is that Thomas Harden with the sack? It looks like it. And that's going to be a loss of 8 yards on the sack. That's a couple more than 2 or 3 sacks tonight, I think, for San Juan. As the Grand County offense continues to go back. Now they probably wouldn't mind if it runs, and it is running.
They don't have to run a play here.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they're going to either run, one final last-ditch effort here. The Broncos are going to be kicking the ball to them to start the third quarter anyway, but it will be a running clock in the second half. They're not even going to snap it here. They'll let time expire. 74-0 lead for the San Juan Broncos at halftime. All Broncos all the time in that first half. We'll step aside and return for a halftime report. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Coming royalty stuff
Welcome
too.
back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Homecoming here tonight, and they honor the royalty. Art, why don't you go ahead and call out some of these names, I guess, as they do this.
So your royalty for your queens is Miss Spirit is Evelyn McCullough. Third attendant, Maddie Adams. Second attendant, Jessica Black. First attendant, Avery Gilson. And your queen is Brindley Jones. And then for your Mr. San Juan, your Mr. Bronco is Ethan Frankham. Second attendant, Noah Begay. First attendant, Remy Watcott. And your Mr. San Juan, Brant Bingham.
There you go. I wanted to take a look. I know that the girls played tonight volleyball. Wanted to see if they got their 20th win of the season, and they did. They swept Parowan tonight, so that's our first score update, I guess, if you will, as the some of these girls were probably out on that court playing tonight. And, yeah, homecoming festivities here tonight at San Juan High School, and the football team handily ahead of the Grand County Red Devils here tonight on the football field, up 74-0 on Grand County. Just want to take a look at these stats real quick, obviously. Don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but 128 yards passing for Bo Yeomans in that first half. 5 touchdown passes for him, 7 of 8 as far as completions go, so that's going to help his average out quite a bit. Jagger Neves, a pretty impressive first half as well, 127 yards rushing. All 3 of his carries went for touchdowns, a 65-yarder, 25-yarder, and a 37-yarder. His one catch tonight, also a touchdown, a 4-yard reception. Oh, and he also ran a kickoff back for a touchdown as well. So pretty impressive night for Jagger Neves. All these starters are going to be done for the night with a running clock in the second half. Just going to go right down the line here. George McNaughton with a 5-yard catch that was a touchdown. Trip Palmer, only one catch in the first half, a 63-yard touchdown reception. Nash Young, one catch, a 7-yarder. Brig Palmer caught one Bo Yeomans pass for 10 yards. Randall Black, one carry in the running game for a 2-yard touchdown. Jace Razor has 3 rushes for 16 yards so far tonight. Thomas Harden with a couple carries, 17 yards for him and a 5-yard touchdown run. And Cole Duke caught an 11-yard touchdown pass in that first half. We're going to continue down the line. Andrew Nielsen has one catch tonight, a 28-yard touchdown reception. So that's all the individual stats for the Broncos as a team. 128 yards passing and 5 TDs in that first half. 155 yards rushing and also 5 TDs in the first half. So obviously a domination in the first half. 74-0 for the Broncos here tonight. Homecoming on the San Juan High School football field. We'll take a break and return. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Oh, yeah, I got it. How to nourish plant. How to rescue plant. How to... Where to buy new plant.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as the San Juan Royals perform at midfield right now. And just as I go to the mic, they cut the music off, so that was the end of the performance. Those of you on StreamUtah.Live got a chance to see the dancing even during the commercials, so that's a bonus that StreamUtah.Live offers us this year. I think it's been a great advancement in the programming. And we're going to take a look here Well, 74-0, by the way, here at our game. San Juan hosting Grand County tonight on the football field. We got some scores from around the area and around the leagues, and take it away, Art.
So at halftime up in Monticello, they have opened it up a little bit. Buckaroos leading now 42-28 against Whitehorse, undefeated on the season.
That's a comeback.
So that's a big game for both teams.
Yeah, that undefeated record is at risk now.
And then in the 2A, like I said earlier, South Sevier currently leading 21-14 at halftime. Summit Academy leading 29-7 over Judge. Layton Christian up 26-8 over Providence Hall. Delta up 21-0 over Carbon, the 3A school. And then Beaver up 28-6 over Parowan. You have Kanab up 43-12 over Enterprise. Duchesne up 41-7 over Millard. And the best game of the week was not on a Friday night, Rhett. It was the Powder Puff game down here, homecoming week. The juniors get the big win, and it was an intense, big-hitting game. I came down to it. Man, I tell you, some of the best football is played by Powder Puff. The juniors won 40-38. A 2-point conversion.
What a barn burner, man,
for the juniors. It was quite the exciting game.
Were you coaching?
Well, no, they let those seniors and junior boys coach. And
all right.
And then
that's fun.
The male drill, I tell you, we just watched San Juan Royals, but that male drill team they put together, that was a sight to behold. We should probably broadcast that next year. But no, that Powder Puff game, the juniors and seniors are the only ones that get to participate down here in Blanding. So you have to wait as a freshman and sophomore until you get in those upper classes because they got so many girls. But just a fun game to watch, a fun homecoming week atmosphere. It's been down here for the Broncos, and obviously up 74-0 on Grand County now to kind of cap off the homecoming week.
Well, for those of you on StreamUtah.Live, you're looking at the initial head coach of the girls wrestling team for San Juan High School, and you had some girls playing in that Powder Puff game last night. Were they against each other, or were they all on the same team?
Nope, juniors and seniors, like I said. So,
so they were against each other there.
Had 4 of my wrestlers out there playing. They played their guts out. They were
That's so funny.
Soraya Mills was a state finalist last year, took second place at the state tournament. First year wrestling, did an awesome job, and she was one of the leading tacklers on that junior squad. She was killing it out there, man. There was telling you some hard hits, but yeah, speaking of girls wrestling,
so great, man.
You know, this is our second season going into it. We're right now preliminarily, that's a hard word for me. It looks like we're going to have around 20 girls this season.
Wow,
that have committed, signed up.
Yeah,
having a meeting in a couple weeks to get ready for our season to start. But yeah, girls wrestling is taking off across the nation. The fastest growing sport right now in the nation is girls wrestling, and if you want to support them, get a hold of the high school. We, you know, like I said, we're a young program, so we could always use some help. And that's my pitch for.
That's your shameless plug.
Hey, I'm not above plugging for those girls.
There you
go. They work just as hard as the boys wrestling team does, and I tell you, they were 4th place last year at the state tournament out of 22 teams as a first-year program. I mean, we had 15 girls. We took 10 to state.
Had a state champion.
Yeah, I mean, we had a state champion, and in Katira Keith. Just a fantastic group of girls, and we're just growing. And so, yeah, if you want to help us buy singlets or something, reach out to me or the school if you're a business.
Do I get to see you in a singlet? That's what I want to see right
I have
there,
not
man.
been in a singlet for a few years, but if you want to come over later tonight, I'll jump in one.
All right, I appreciate that. Hey, I do have some other scores to add, by the way, to get us back on track.
Hey, you got us off track.
That's for sure.
Me and David Boyle will talk wrestling all day long if you let us.
That's right. That's right. You guys will get that opportunity in a few weeks here, I think, because I'll be absent for one game. But we'll see. Just go through a couple scores that weren't mentioned just across other sports. We already told you that the San Juan girls swept Parowan in volleyball tonight. So, obviously, a good weekend for homecoming for San Juan High School here in Blanding. Monticello swept Rock Point tonight on the volleyball court. Dove Creek suffered a 4-set loss at center tonight. Whitehorse swept Pinnacle, so all but Dove Creek winning in straight sets so far tonight. We've got other volleyball games going on tonight as well. Let me mention Green River's baseball season came to an end today, unfortunately. Man, number 14 Green River at number 3 Valley, only losing that game 5-3, so quite an effort for Green River, but unfortunately the season comes to a premature end in the first round of the 1A state tournament today. I think that's all the actual scores I have. Everything else is in progress tonight. So, yeah, that's the scores we have for this evening. And Team San Juan getting ready to come back out to warm up. Grand County is already warmed up, and now they're just shoving each other around out here in a huddle. So I think we'll take a break. The Broncos getting ready to storm back onto the field. They've got a homecoming gauntlet to come through down there. You can see that on StreamUtah.Live. We got the Batman screen with the 45-degree angle tilt going on over there. So don't think you're losing your mind. It is a bit crooked out there. I'm not sure why, but anyway, 74-0 for San Juan here at halftime. We'll have a running clock, obviously, in the second half. We'll step aside, and we will return for the start of the third quarter. Broncos going to be kicking it away to Grand County. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the four corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union, providing exceptional financial products in southeastern Utah for over 60 years, is proud to support our local high schools. With branches in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, along with an ATM in Montezuma Creek, access to those products is easier than ever. San Juan Credit Union offers checking and saving accounts, bill pay, a wide array of loans, and much more, all on a full-service website and mobile app. Plus, they're federally insured by the National Credit Union Association. San Juan Credit Union, your money, your future, your credit union.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Here at Utah Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. 74-0 for San Juan as we start the second half, and running clock situation here tonight. Homecoming for the Broncos, and we had some Friday Night Lights for the first half, man. We had lightning to our east all through the clouds over there. Thankfully, we had no postponements. The lightning has moved on as we suspected, and I don't know if there's anything moving in from behind us, Art, but We'll keep our fingers crossed that there is not. Has been breezy all day today, so obviously storms have been blowing through the area. Broncos kicking this away, and this one will. That's unreal how the ball just dies. You know that David Hickman has just been banking all night long on that ball going into the end zone, and this time it finally does.
Well, they've had 3 different kickers now, and that was Cole Duke. He's kicked the last 2 into the end zone. So
Tell you what, Cole Duke has got a pretty good leg, and we
Got
saw
the leg.
Randall Black with a good leg on a PAT tonight. So they've got some guys who might see some kicking duties at some point this year. I don't know. This one's a touchback, and so Grand County's going to have the ball at their own 20. Again, we've got a running clock for the second half, so this is going to go pretty quickly. I think the way it's going to work here tonight is it's going to not necessarily be exactly by the book. I'm guessing the clock is going to just run. But we'll see.
I'm hopeful that the clock operator just kind of runs it and lets it go.
And we might have a little input into that situation. I don't know. Timeouts and injuries is the word we're receiving here as Justin Kimmerly throws incomplete to start the second half for Grand County. And it has obviously been a struggle for he and the Grand County Red Devils tonight. And so the incompletion to start the half. Second down and 10 in a running clock situation, 74-zip for San Juan. As they'll send a man in motion, Grand County does. Kimmerly with a little play action to that man, then loops one to the far side. They were trying to set up a bubble screen over there, but that did not pan out. And the incompletion makes it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it set up pretty nice, but it never, the ball just didn't get there. And it's hard to run the screen without the football.
You don't say. There really was nobody looking for the pass over there unless he just threw it wildly off the mark. I don't think anybody wanted it.
As the late, great John Madden would say, you see what they want to do is they want to hand the ball to this guy, and he wants to run to the end zone, and that's how you score a touchdown. That's how you get points.
I love how you start just exactly like he would have. You see what they want to do here is, you got to have that initial phrase. 3rd and 10. For Grand County as Kimmerly sends a man in motion again. Will fake to that man. Now throws down the sideline and has Westbrook. But, man, if I'm Westbrook, I'm giving my all and diving for that sucker right there, just laying out. But, that was only a couple yards out ahead of him and incomplete.
He did have a step on the young sophomore in coverage, Liam Lacey, getting some time out there. But, unfortunately, the ball thrown inside a little bit.
Yep.
If he would have thrown that outside the numbers, he might have had a 6-point passing touchdown right there.
Get a look at the replay of that incomplete pass on StreamUtah.Live. Yeah, man, he was off to the races if he'd have caught that ball. That's twice tonight that Westbrook would have been off to the races if he'd have been able to make a catch.
And if you're the young Broncos, I guarantee you, even though you're out there and you're excited it's homecoming, you don't want them to score on you.
Right. And we do have members of the C team out here for San Juan now, so they're keeping me on my toes with numbers and names, and there's a complete pass to the far side on 4th down, but it doesn't go for much. That'll be a turnover on downs to San Juan. Looks like it was a 3-yard pass, so they do get a completion, but it's not going to be enough to move the chains as Kimmerly connected with Swayze there.
Almost got a face mask there on the San Juan Bronco. He got in there so quick, he just reached his hand up, kind of slapped him in the face, and good thing he didn't grab a hold.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for the San Juan Broncos at the Grand County 24. I am trying to see who's in at quarterback right now. That's going to be number 6 on the run. Was that him?
Benny Long.
Benny Long. So he dialed his own number right here. I've got let's see. I've got him in. Yeah, so I've got him in. So he picks up 8 yards, it looks like, on a run. His first carry of the ball game. So 8 yards rushing for the young Benny Long, a freshman.
Yeah, and I love how they bring Long over. They're calling the play, and Bo Yeoman's the starter. He's out there with Coach Christensen, listening to the play call. So if he needs to help out, then he can. That's the sign of a mature leader on your football team, even at a sophomore.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking about a sophomore kid who could just as well be playing for JV at this stage of his life, but he has been called upon to be the starter. Is that Cole Duke on a carry?
No, Landon Turk.
Sorry, Landon. Wow, and that's going to go for, let's see, that's going to go all the way down to the 5. So I think that originates at the 17, so that's a 12-yard run. Give me his number, please.
38.
So I'm going to put that in here and help me with a name. Landon Turk.
Landon Turk, yep. Common spelling on the last name. His mom is the vice principal at the middle school.
I love it when you say, it's almost like you've been a police officer when you say common spelling there. That's awesome. Or a military man. That's a 12-yard run for Turk, who is off on my, I need to put all these guys on the front of my sheet. Is I can see the problem is they have so many guys. He's a freshman. The problem is they have so many guys on the roster.
You get it this deep into the depth chart.
Yeah, no kidding. So here's Long handing off to Turk again, and that is not going to go for anything. Maybe even a loss. Looks like a loss of a couple. So 2nd down and goal for the Broncos.
You get some positivity here out of that Grand County defense, and even though they know they've lost this game, they're still excited because they want to make some stops. They want to make tackles. They want to get out there and bang pads. So, and you saw it on that play. They jumped up, couple made the stop, and they were excited. And you love that about your program, even down 74-0. You still get your kids to stay engaged and stay playing the game.
We do have a running clock here tonight as Benny Long takes a snap. He'll dial his own number, weaves his way up the middle through the D down to the 2. So he picks up 5 on the carry, and it will be 3rd down and goal for the Broncos. 13 yards rushing for Benny Long now, the backup to the backup quarterback. Actually, he's the first backup. And then, I know Jagger Neves has thrown a pass or two this year.
I think technically Jagger would be the backup in the varsity, but then your depth chart.
That's where my mind was going.
Goes to Benny Long, and then Creed Herring has had some time at quarterback when Benny's been hurt in the JV, so he's seen some action this year in C-team play, and he throws a pretty good ball as well.
Well, we'll see what the Broncos do on 3rd and goal. Long will hand off, and this time they're going to go in for a touchdown.
Landon Turk.
As Landon Turk carries in for obviously his first touchdown of the season. I love the double touchdown call. So that is the 6th rushing touchdown of the ball game, and this time it's the C team taking it in. So you can't fault them for running that one in. They're just running the offense C team wise, and Landon Turk with a couple-yard touchdown run to keep it going for San Juan here. Clock is also.
He bounced it off the left upright and in, Rhett.
Who was it?
Randall Black.
Nice. That's awesome. That's always rewarding when it goes in. Let me get this touchdown marked down for.
Watch the replay here. Right off the left upright, doink.
Oh, that's
right
awesome.
Over the
that was a line drive. That's, first of all, amazing that made it over the lineman. And secondly, that it went in. Nice. So a 2-yard touchdown run for Landon Turk, had a extra point by Randall Black, has the Broncos up 81-0 as they get set to kick it off to Grand County with 3:05 left in this 3rd quarter now. Obviously time going by very quickly now with a running clock. We have received reliable word that the clock will only stop on an injury or a timeout. And of course at the end of the quarter, as the Broncos booted away. It is amazing to me how these guys, they've got a second guy now for Grand County, but these guys are not even interested in approaching the ball unless they have to on the kickoff right now, as they're hoping that thing's going out the back of the end zone, and this time it does. But, yeah, that'll obviously be just another one of those things that they'll need to look at. Just talking with Coach Hill in that pregame interview tonight, I know they're looking forward to having a full off season with this team and having those programs and working on that stuff that's the hard behind-the-scenes stuff that builds a program. And so I know he's looking forward to that this year. Obviously, on the game field this year, it's just a bit tough for Grand County, but those are the things you got to put in that hard time and that hard behind-the-scenes work to build up to what San Juan has going currently.
For sure, Rhett. It makes a world of difference when you have a full off season and you can implement a lot of stuff in the summertime.
Here's a nice run to the outside for Grand County and close to first down yardage for Hernandez. Yeah, it was. Or excuse me, that's Beto Carroll. That's the best carry of the night for Grand County. That's going to go for 11. So there you go. That's some positive yardage right there for the sophomore. And a first down by virtue of a run there. 9 yards for the sophomore on 2 carries in this game. And 14 positive yards of offense here in the second half for Grand County.
Minute 20 left in the third quarter as the clock continues to roll. As they play Baby Shark.
That's right. If my boys were still awake, they'd be hearing that probably. But since we weren't saying a word. But this one's on the ground again for Grand County on a first down play.
Everett Hill on the carry, number 31.
Thank you, sir.
You'll have to add him in there.
He's there.
Oh, he's there.
I added him earlier.
That's his first carry of the night.
It is, yeah. 2 yards. I'm not sure why I put his name in there. He must have been, I think they targeted him for a pass, but that he did not catch. But he gets a couple yards here, so he's now officially on the stat sheet.
Yeah, he's back in there at running back, and I don't know where Cooper Swayze is. I'm hoping he didn't get injured.
Yeah.
Still, he is on the sideline, so helmet off.
Well, there you go. Maybe they're going with backups as well, or hopefully it's not anything worse. But freshman Justin Kimmerly probably about to snap the last snap of the third quarter. This is going to be caught, and it will be a short completion. I don't know, maybe about 5. Looks like about 5 yards to Beto Carroll. His first catch of the night.
Nice pitch and catch right there for the Grand County Red Devils. And Liam Lacey comes up. He missed all of last season with an injury. The young sophomore, number 10, comes up and makes the nice little open field tackle for the Broncos.
There you go. That'll do it. We get the manual sounding of the horn tonight. We know that the automatic horn causes this clock to fritz out and quit, so the clock operator here has to just do it manually. So there you go.
Still waiting for the day he brings the air horn. And
that's right. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Out the window.
Well, that signifies the end of the third quarter. It's 81-0 for San Juan here tonight, homecoming night. We're going to take a break. We'll return for the start of the fourth quarter. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you will learn real-world skills, explore your passions, and turn your talent into opportunity. Whether you are drawn to healthcare technology, trades, or design, CTE helps you take that next step with confidence, learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career, starting today.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. You're going to get to see the replay on the video here of an incomplete pass that started the fourth quarter. And that's how it begins. And we'll see what the Red Devils will do here on fourth down. I'm assuming go for it after the incompletion. But we are into the fourth quarter with a running clock situation, so we've got about 11 actual minutes before this thing is done. And there was a good ball thrown out here, and I love how all the people over here on our side are actually cheering for Grand County now. And we get to see Swayze come back in the game, but, man, he dropped a sure catch and probably a sure first down. And so that was kind of a unfortunate result there for Grand County.
Yeah, it was a good
I ran out of words.
Good play design there. Bring a guy in motion, get the defense looking, and then just try to get a little hitch swing out there to Cooper, and unfortunately unable to come up with the football.
Art, I belong to an association of people who believe that there should be dropped passes that only count against receivers. Not quarterbacks. I don't know if you belong to that association.
Hey, you got Ruger Shumway out there now on the offensive line for the Broncos.
And we got another kid just coming on late. I hope he belongs. Is that Is that player number 11 or
15? Keelan
well, no, I mean, does he number 11 as far as the count of players out there?
I don't know. You're asking a lot.
They don't throw a flag, so it must be And I didn't see who carried that ball for San Juan either.
Landon Turk.
Thank you, guys. Landon Turk carries for 1 yard.
You also got our public address announcer's grandson out there in this game, Boston Monson.
There you go.
Let's see who else we have out there on this offensive line. You've got a lot of kids out there getting some homecoming varsity action that usually don't.
Yeah, who is this who's been in and out here? This is, here, I'm going to try this one.
You got Talon MacArthur out there.
Keahalano Benali?
Keahalano.
I was really close. Keahalano.
And I think you have, I'm trying to see who they got at quarterback. Oh, you've got Creed Herring at quarterback.
Creed Herring. Thankfully, he's handing off because I'm not prepared tonight for more passing stats. Is that Turk on the carry?
No, it's number 35, but I don't have him on my roster.
All right, so we've got 10 yards. They're going to have to help us.
35, Bronx
Black, maybe. All right.
You got number 15 out there. We already called his name.
I think that was a 10-yard run for Black. So he's on the stat sheet now. We got a lot of kids coming in this game, obviously.
You got Adney Singer, the freshman, number 52 out there on the O-line.
We're down to 8.5 minutes to go. You know, these boys at this point want to get this ball in the end zone again. We're down to some serious C-team action here. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own, at the Grand County 25. And here's Bronx Black on another carry. He picks up 3. So they keep marching it closer to the goal line here. But obviously time is going to be a factor with a completely running clock here now. Down to just above 8 minutes remaining.
And almost a true freshman team out there. You also got Ian Mark and Aiden Denny, both freshmen on the line.
Listen, you just flipping names out here for us. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys for all the help up here in the booth. I would be at a loss with all these. I don't know how the coaches can keep track of who's going in and out of here.
just came in.
Yeah, there's guys coming in and out left and right here now. Just basically everybody on the sideline is going to be in at some point tonight, I think.
Yeah, your center is our representative down here, son. Boston Monson in there snapping the ball.
That's awesome. And that was number 36 on the carry that time.
Creed Herring.
So I need to get his name in here as well. I don't have him. And that was a gain of 1, I think. I'm about to run out of spaces.
Yeah, I think you got an almost freshman team out there. Playing in a little homecoming action in the gold uniforms.
That's impressive. Yeah, the Broncos tonight wearing the gold color rush alternate 3rd jerseys here tonight.
These jerseys this outfit has really grown on me.
You know,
I really like it when they wear it. I know they only wear it sparingly, homecoming, maybe in the playoffs.
Yeah, Coach Christensen, they've won it in the previous 2 years in the semifinals, but never in a championship game.
Delay a game.
But Coach Christensen told me they really have not had, he just basically pointed out they've not really had a close game in these unis. They've whipped everybody that they've played in these unis. And I asked him who makes the decision.
The scoring here, compliments of our scorekeeper, is 229-34 when they wear the gold uniforms.
Wow, thank you, guys. How did anybody even figure that out? But I asked Coach Christensen how they make the decision. He lets the seniors make the decision of what jersey they wear. So that's how that is decided. As Creed Herring will hand off to Bronx Black. And Black doesn't get much. I was wondering why they were so far back, but it was the delay of game penalty. That was a yard. Oh, we just saw our first lightning strike since the first quarter over here. Herring goes for 1 yard. And Grand County wants to make this game, wants to get the ball back here. They call timeout on 4th down here.
Good for them. They know they got all the young kids out there playing in this game. So get the ball back and go for another, see if you can get, you can lose 81-0, but 81-6 sure makes the bus ride home a lot sweeter.
Right. You know that's right. So a 4th down for San Juan as Grand County elects to stop the clock here with 5:55 left in this game. 81-0 for San Juan. We're brought to you tonight by Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great start for your kids. Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehab facility in a caring setting. Jones and DeMille Engineering, from infrastructure to quality of life, engineering the future of rural communities. Napa Motor Parts, get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. Peterson Medical, providing high-quality home health care to Utah residents for over 50 years. San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. And Westcott Motors, San Juan County's source for quality, affordable vehicles, westcott-motors.com. And that's why I was calling Van Westbrook Van Westcott earlier. And we'll see what the Broncos can do on fourth down here with the C-team offense out on the field. It's 4th down and 9. And Herring is going to not hand off, I don't think. He kept it himself, and he does not get any yardage. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage. So that will turn it over on downs to Grand County with the clock running down to now 5 minutes, to go in this ball game.
He had a little crease there, but unfortunately, I believe it was big number 75 was able to collar him and bring him down.
So now Grand County, who called timeout knowing that they would possibly get the ball back here, still has 2 timeouts left, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm guessing they're going to see what they can do against this C-team defense.
Finn Tomko out there now. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You talked about the Powder Puff game and some of my wrestlers. I have a wrestler out here playing boys football, Hannah Totticini.
There you go.
She's in the game now.
Oh, that's impressive.
So she's out there getting some varsity action now. She's
awesome.
a middle linebacker.
Quarterback just ran the ball for 4 yards, I think, for Grand County, and he's going to pitch it this time. And there's some speed over on the far side for, I believe, Swayze. If that's number 16, we had a zoom out here. That is 16.
Peyton Pearson on the tackle, another kid getting in the game at homecoming.
Let's see, 4 yards and then up. That's another 4 yards, I guess, for Cooper Swayze. So now 3rd down and a long 2 for Grand County. They don't have much time to work with here with a running clock situation. We're down to 3:45 to go. And again, a big 3rd down here. It's going to be 4-down territory for Grand County for sure. The snaps have come in for this Red Devil offense, and there's a pass complete for a 1st down. That's going to go for about 7 yards as Justin Kimmerly connects with Beto Carroll.
Looks like Javen White on the tackle for the Broncos.
And that is just the 2nd catch of the night for Carroll. 5-yarder and a 7-yarder. 1st down for Grand County, down now to 3:10 to go in the game. A running clock situation, an 81-0 lead for San Juan. Empty set for Justin Kimmerly, the freshman. We'll see if San Juan pressures him. They do, but just screaming right by was the first man in, and then the second man sacked him, and that's a big loss for Grand County. I think they're going to spend a timeout here. That is a loss of 10, I believe, on that sack.
Was it 41 on that?
63 came by, and then
yeah, he raised his hand as the PA dresser calls his name out. That's Finn Tomko on the sack.
Nice. We're not going to call number 63's name. He just went. He did a drive-by, a flyby there. That was funny.
He was just set. He was a wingman. He was setting his
set
buddy
him up. That's right. That's funny. He sent him into the kill zone for sure. Loss of 10 for Grand County. They do call a timeout with 2:49 to go. They'll have 1 left. Trying to get on the board here in the waning moments of this ball game. It's been a tough game for them here tonight. Been a tough season for Grand County. First year under new head coach Keith Hill. And they're going to fall to 0-8 on the season tonight. The Broncos are going to move to 6-2 with Emory coming to town next week, and then the season finale at South Sevier in a couple weeks. And then the playoffs, of course. There's a snap in the dirt that Kimmerly picks up and sails over the top of his intended receiver, Van Westbrook. And the incompletion will make it 3rd down and about 20 now. They've got 19 up on the board. And
big third down.
Yeah, it is a big third down. We'll see what Grand County can do right
I
here.
think they've only converted 1 of 13.
Yeah. Been a tough night. Kimberly's got a man this time, though, and Beto Carroll makes the catch, and he is going to go the distance. And Grand County gets on the board with a 70-yard touchdown pass from Justin Kimberly, and that is going to bump up the stats a little bit right there for Grand County.
Great throw there, great route, just got behind the defender, and then Carroll off to the races. And
that was impressive.
That was a great throw in stride, too. He didn't have to turn around, slow down, nothing. He just caught that in stride. And unfortunately for the Broncos, the shutout does not happen.
That's right. I'm going to say that that's the 3rd or 4th time tonight that they have had a guy like that who's been open and available for a touchdown pass. This time, Kimberly finally hits one, and you see the result.
And muff snap there, and not going to get the ball, and not going to get the kickoff for the PAT.
Yeah, San Juan swarms to recover that rough snap, so it'll remain 81-6. Exactly what you just said, Art. The 81-6 bus ride back home will be a lot better. You called the final score, man. I don't know how many times you've done that, but it works out again here tonight. So it's a passing touchdown for Justin Kimberly. It took them all game, but they finally get pay dirt. I don't even know if they'll get the kickoff away here with the running clock down to 30 seconds to go. We're going to send Art down on the field and see if he can bring some guys back up to talk with us here in the post game. Yeah, we'll see. I don't even know. San Juan's not even going to send guys out to receive, I don't think. So I think time is just going to expire on this ball game as Grand County scores the final touchdown of the night. 81-6 is going to be your final tonight. Grand County's ready to kick it away, but the Broncos aren't going to come out for it. We're down to the final few seconds, so a little bit of bounce in the step for the Grand County Red Devils as they go off to the sideline. That's good for them. It's good that they erased the goose egg off the scoreboard. 81-6 final here tonight in Blanding. We will step aside for a break, and when we return, we'll open the Friday Night Lights post-game show. Stay with us. Live from San Juan High School in Blanding, it is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing in Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. Friday Night Lights post-game show on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. 81-6 victory tonight for the San Juan Broncos, who improved to 6-2 on the season. Bounced back from a tough loss against Manti in Manti last week. And obviously tonight against a rival, local rival, long-standing rivalry with the Grand County Red Devils, but the Red Devils a bit down in these past couple seasons and trying to put things together under a new head coach this year. Obviously a bunch of underclassmen playing for them. They don't have a lot of seniors on the team, not a lot of experience, and struggling through it right now. So the Broncos win handily tonight. I'm going to take a look at some final game stats here before we have a couple conversations. I think we're going to have a player come up, and Coach Christensen, of course, probably try to keep it brief, but this is the post-game show on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Thanks for joining us tonight. Take a look at Grand County stats. First of all, not a whole lot to mention, but I tell you what, they did end the night with 58 yards of total offense, and just about all of it came on that last pass right there, that 70-yard touchdown pass from freshman Justin Kimmerly to sophomore Beto Carroll. And they finally struck. They got a couple guys open throughout the night, but finally connected right there on what ended up being the final play of the game. So 110 yards passing in that second half for Kimmerly and the Grand County offense, and the one touchdown pass. There wasn't a whole lot else to mention tonight for them. It was a lot of negative yardage tonight for the Red Devils, but give them credit. Like Art and I said all game long, they continue to come out on the field, continue to battle through a tough season, so give them the credit they deserve. These are those years that are hard to battle through, but the work will pay off eventually when you get a program built and you start to compete on the football field. We'll take a look at San Juan now, and all this is completely unofficial, of course. And the starter stats did not change. All of the starters stayed the same because none of them played in the second half, really. In fact, that's completely the case. Not a single starter played in the second half. So Bo Yeomans ended the night with 128 yards passing and 5 touchdown passes on the evening. Jagger Neves had 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, 1 receiving touchdown, and a kick return touchdown. 127 yards rushing, 4 yards receiving on the catch. Benny Long came in at quarterback tonight in that second half and ended up carrying the ball for 13 yards. No pass attempts for him tonight. George McNaughton, I guess George is not coming up. We got Coach Christensen sitting here. I didn't know. I thought we were maybe going to try. Oh, here comes Art. Art's going to bring him up. So we'll talk with George in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to run through stats. So I wanted to mention George McNaughton gets his first receiving touchdown of the season, a nice 5-yarder tonight, and a good tumble into the end zone for the Broncos. Got called for an excessive celebration on that play, so that's always fun. And let's see. Trip Palmer had a 63-yard touchdown catch tonight, his only touch of the game, amazingly. Nash Young had a 7-yard catch. Brig Palmer a 10-yard catch. Randall Black had a 2-yard rushing touchdown tonight. That was his only touch. Jace Razor carried the ball 3 times tonight for 16 yards. Thomas Harden had 2 carries tonight for 17 yards, and his second touch was a 5-yard touchdown run. And that was back in the second quarter, actually, so his stats did not change in the second half. Cole Duke caught an 11-yard touchdown pass in the first half. And Andrew Nielsen in the second quarter had a 28-yard touchdown catch. Landon Turk came on in the second half and had 14 yards rushing on 4 carries, a 2-yard touchdown run for him in the third quarter. Bronx Black carried the ball 2 times for 13 yards, and Creed Herring played some quarterback tonight. He had 3 carries for 3 yards total. And we are now joined by George McNaughton, who gets the excessive celebration penalty tonight. We loved it. Good to talk to you, George. Obviously, a nice bounce-back win for you guys after a tough loss last week. Tell me what the feelings are here tonight, homecoming.
It's good to go and, do what we're supposed to do every game and execute. It's just a good feeling to, get back on the right foot, I guess. I think that last game was kind of a wake-up call.
I love that quote, do what we're supposed to do. So are you saying when you're losing, you're not doing the things you're supposed to do? Is that how it usually works out?
Yeah.
What causes you to do the things you're not supposed to do? Mental breakdowns maybe? Or?
Yeah, I think just as a team, just focusing, playing a complete game is the most important thing we need to work on.
And you guys have been battling to do that all year, and you've had spurts of that, right? Where you've been able to do that, and then sometimes where it's a bit of a struggle. But good win for you guys. Tell me what it's like to play on this team and work with these boys who I know you love while you play with them.
It's just fun, It's last homecoming and just playing with my friends that I've grown to become close with after I moved here. It's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tell me about what your thoughts are while you're running that touchdown in, your first rushing touchdown of the season, and you go tumbling in there, give us the show, get the flag. Tell me what your thoughts were while you're running that touchdown in.
I don't know how many of those I'm going to have. So,
so you got to get your money's worth, right? That's awesome. What's your favorite thing about this team, playing with this team?
Just the togetherness, just everybody, just hyping everybody up, excited for everybody. Not just if one person scores, or you're mad that you didn't get the ball or whatever. Just excited that somebody on the team did, or one of your friends.
Tell me about these skulls and crossbones you have on your helmet. What do those signify?
It's a lot of different things. It could be like sacks or tackles in a game and stuff like a certain. I think a lot of mine are mostly sacks. But
I was going to say, we don't normally call your name offensively. In a game like tonight, we get to call your name offensively, but we are always calling your name. You're in the backfield all the time. You cause opposition quarterbacks a lot of heartburn. Well, how is it that you're able to do that all the time? I mean, you're obviously the sack leader for the team. You're always back there. How do you do? What will you contribute that to?
I think I'll credit Cash Palmer for making me work hard in practice.
I thought you were going to say for opening the holes for you to get in the backfield, but he opens holes for the runners
that too.
Yeah, man, you're just a tenacious force. You're tenacious D for sure. And do you think maybe the team cues off your leadership on defense?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. We have a lot of leaders out there. I think Jonas, Jagger, all those guys.
I love the humility. I know all you guys we talk with. A lot of humility. Talking with Bo Yeomans last week, he credited the line and all you guys for helping him out too. So, George, thanks for chatting with us. I don't know if there's anything else you want to let your peeps know or let the listeners and viewers know before you head back down to celebrate with your teammates.
I don't know. Let's have a lit homecoming, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, it is homecoming, so enjoy the rest of the night. What are you going to do what happens homecoming night after the homecoming win?
I'm going to go eat some pancakes.
That's the thing. For the first time tonight, I saw the banner photo of Cash Palmer over here with a big stack of pancakes with the syrup bottle. It really cracked me up. I'd not seen that somehow, so that's funny.
I think Remy's has that too.
Does it? I didn't. So I haven't even noticed those coming in, all these. I mean, we've only been here a couple times, just the third home game of the year.
Yeah.
So, well, good. Go enjoy it. Fun win. Obviously, you're going to go back to work next week when Emory comes to town. So appreciate it, George.
Thank you.
Good win for you guys. Thanks,
you.
man. All right, that's George McNaughton visiting with us. We're going to pass the mic over to Coach Christensen and see what he has to say here. I think George is enjoying the spotlight here. He's going to sit there with the headset on for the rest of the night, maybe just hang out, do a little post game with me, right? And maybe we need to get clued in on what that conversation was. I'm not sure. You guys just yamming it up here. But good win for you guys. I mean, it was what we expected tonight. You guys heavily favored, and you played like that. You put a game together, a good bounce-back win. I don't know what your thoughts are about these type of games and these type of wins. I guess maybe just share that with us.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard. I mean, and credit to Moab's kids for being out here. Cause
yeah,
there's
absolutely.
A lot of kids in that school that are, I don't know what the right word is to say, but football's a hard sport. And
yeah.
So it's probably easier for them to not play. So credit to these studs for being out here and doing something that's difficult and doing something that's hard. I think that's one thing our whole country's lacking right now is take the easy route. So credit to those kids for at least being men enough to step out on the field and doing it.
There's a phrase for it that we had in the Army. It's called intestinal fortitude. And you're right. The numbers are down for them right now. These are the hard years where you have to put in the hard and invisible work that gets you to a place where your program is right now. And you had to take your lumps your first few years here at San Juan. And people don't see that stuff. They don't remember that stuff when you're so successful. And so, like you said, I'm glad you give credit to those kids. And I guess tell me the things that you liked here tonight from your team.
I was glad that we obviously took care of business against, a team and a good bounce back. I felt like this was a really good week of practice. We pushed them hard. You get to a point where, you feel bad as a coach sometimes going home because you're pushing them so hard. But, I mean, that's kind of where we've got to be. Complacency may have crept in a little bit with all of us. I'm going to take the blame first and foremost. So that Manti game was awesome for a wake-up call.
Well, that's the type of thing that a loss like that, early in the season or mid-season against a real tough team can do for you. And what do you expect these next couple weeks? How do you want to finish the season? And, what are your thoughts about winding it down and then, of course, heading into the playoffs? Are you already starting to look at that?
Yeah, big thing is we're healthy. I mean, we were healthy tonight, so that's a huge win. I know Emory and South Sphere are kind of in a battle right now.
Yeah.
So to round out, it's going to be 2 fun games to look forward to. But yeah, we'll start looking at Emory. We're excited. Traditionally a team that's we're very familiar with, and we get them on senior night here. So we're looking forward to it.
It's nice to be able to stay home for back-to-back weeks, I assume, right?
Oh, yeah, man. This was nice tonight.
What does your the rest of your homecoming Friday night look like tonight? Are you allowed to say it?
Do you really want to know?
Are you allowed to say it?
It seems like it's like cliche at this point, but honestly, we enjoy it. I'll go in, we'll get some food and say goodnight to the kids, and then I'll do this, I'll start tagging up the offense, and we'll do our stuff and take care of our stuff, and then I'll start watching the Emory South Severe game and start making notes, and I'll probably be here till 3, 4 in the morning, and that's what I love to do.
That's amazing. And did your wife have any comments that she wanted to send us about that? Or
She's luckily she grew up with her dad as the defensive coordinator. He was my defense coordinator.
So it's been her whole life.
She knows. Yeah, I wouldn't have married anybody who didn't understand what I was doing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. I don't know if there's any other words you wanted to share before we sign off tonight. We can give you that opportunity.
Just shout out to like the whole community for homecoming. The students have been amazing. Like our student section night was great. Like the cheer team, the drill team, anybody not involved necessarily directly with the football team, just the support and everything that all these people have done. Like just shout out to Blanding and its community and you guys and just the support. We're all very, very blessed and grateful for it. So thank you guys.
Let me ask, are you ever involved with the Powder Puff game? Art tells me that was the game of the week. Way better than this game.
Yeah,
tonight,
I did the announcing, and those girls.
Are you serious?
Those girls are good, man. I wish some of those girls
come out for the football team.
Yeah,
right?
it was fun. It was competitive, and they're competitive kids. So that's why I love San Juan High School. Everybody just wants to be the best they can be in whatever they do.
Awesome. Volleyball team won tonight too.
And they're freaking tearing it up too. They're gonna go win a state championship too.
Yeah,
so.
20th win for them tonight. So congrats to them. Been a good homecoming week for San Juan. Thanks, Coach, for visiting with us. I don't know what the most points that San Juan football has put up on the board, but 81 has to be up there.
Deseret News already said it was a record. And
it is, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. So
it was our C team there at the end, so, I know we'll get questioned for it. And
no, man, they're just the C team. When the C team's just running the offense, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Other teams got to stop you.
Yep.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. That's Coach Christensen. A sizable win tonight for the San Juan Broncos, obviously, apparently a school record for most points scored in a game. We'll see if Art wants to come in and grab the mic as well here tonight, and we'll close it down. I don't know if there he is. He's coming on in. So I didn't have anything else to close it out. I've been able to get all the stats in. I don't know if we got a final score on that Emory South Severe game to close out tonight. Art, you're pretty good at that, so I know you might be able to locate that real quick. But
we don't have a final score. It says it's still in the fourth quarter, but in both those games that we were kind of watching tonight, Monticello and then South Severe, both home teams have kind of opened it up and kind of, outdistanced themselves. Now I can't figure out where my app is. There it is. But Monticello up 57-36 now on White Horse.
So they came back in a major way, that's for sure.
And South Sevier now up 41-21 on Emory. So both those games started off a little rocky for the home team, but have
they stayed steady.
Well, no, I guess Emory is the home team in that South Sevier game. So, but the teams that were, South Sevier
teams that were trailing
supposed to win,
stayed with it.
Looks like they're going to get it. And Monticello really taking it to White Horse now.
Yeah, so it looks like Monticello will avoid being beaten by White Horse for the first time since 1984 again tonight. So that's going on in Monticello. I'm not sure if that one's done yet or not. Obviously, we had a quick finish tonight with the running clock, but I don't know if you have any final words. This is kind of a tough one to bookend. We could have told family stories tonight or something. I don't know some of the time, but it went by pretty quick, especially there in the second half. But
no, I just like to reiterate something that Coach said. He just about the Grand County Red Devils.
Yes.
And their fortitude, just come out here and finish the game. And like I said, they able to go home, and 6 points is better than 0 points.
You could see a bounce in their step right there at the end. So that was good to see.
Good job for San Juan getting a lot of kids in homecoming. That's always a fun game to be in, and getting the stat book for a lot of kids that usually don't get in a varsity game. So that's all I got. I'm ready to go Maverick, get me a Bahama Mama and head home, I guess, huh?
All right, that'll do it. We got some fun games coming up these next couple weeks to close out the regular season here at home against Emory next Friday. Senior night here for these boys, and the penultimate game of the regular season. That's one that some of you guys may have to look up. I don't know. That's one of my favorite words as a race fan, but I see you like my word fortitude, too. We might be able to throw that one around in the future. Got that from the Army. I can't take credit for that. So, and then, of course, to finish the year, South Sevier, you guys say Monroe. I would say Monroe.
Monroe.
But Monroe as a non-Utah and growing up,
just
I would
like
say
Tooele
Monroe. But I also would say Hurricane and
right.
other stuff too. So I'm out in left field. I've been schooled. This is the place I've lived the longest in my life. So I've come to understand the way things are around here. I also appreciate Colorado and Nevada too, but they tell me I'm not supposed to pronounce them that way. So that's how it goes. 81-6 final here tonight. Down to the last couple games of the regular season. That is hard to believe. And then the postseason to follow. San Juan should have a bye week in the first round. And depending, I guess it's going to be South Sevier losing tonight. Is that correct? No, they're winning. Okay, you're right. So they came back. Sorry. So there's a good chance that the standings are going to remain the same. South Sevier should probably remain number 1 and San Juan number 2. So that's kind of interesting. The Broncos have entered the postseason ranked number 2 before in their swing of – pretty sure that was during their winning streak too. And so that was always weird, but it didn't matter. All you got to do is win 3-4 games at the end of the season. It doesn't matter what you're ranked when you enter that tournament. But we'll sign it off tonight, and we'll be back here next week with Emory coming to town in the penultimate game of the regular season. Again, the 81-6 final tonight. I want to say some thanks before we close it out. All the sponsors, of course. We couldn't do these broadcasts without you. And we'll thank you all one final time by name here during the close. I want to say thanks to Caleb Carr and the Stream Utah guys tonight. He was, other than the camera guys, he was a one-man ship tonight and also running our ads and doing everything over there. So thanks a lot, Caleb.
We got Cortland Lyman.
Oh, Cortland's in there? I didn't even see. I'm sorry. Were you up top? Cortland was up top. So
he's got a new baby too. So we got to shout out that one.
Congratulations, Cortland. I'm sorry I didn't even see Cortland tonight. So he's here. I've had my face in my computer all night, I guess. So Caleb Carr and Cortland Lyman making it happen tonight on the Stream Utah side. That'll do it for us here tonight. Again, we'll see you with Emory here in town next week in Blanding. On behalf of Art Adair, Rhett Sifford saying so long from the San Juan High School football field. Have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans.
Friday Night Lights is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, Peterson Medical, San Juan Counseling, Creative Floors, Holiday Construction, Lee Collision Repair and Restoration, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Monson's Quality Meat Processing, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telecom, Countywide Realty, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.